Fucking music's going. Can you hear all of us, bitch?
There you go.
It's fucking down here. It's like, dude, how does it spread like this?
Look like you live.
Dude, I have 2 dogs, so I've got
the front of your
and a
sweatshirt.
baby, and now okay, I didn't even, yeah.
She lost her fucking phone down in the couch. So. Are we up? Are we up? I don't know. Fuck you. You could.
Yeah, is that's I guess
Yeah.
the
He's a really bad producer.
that sign is we're up.
We're up. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we did last night is we came out and we set everything up because we have to break down and for the band and do this. And while we're in there, if you hear, we have sensors. Did you hear the sensor in the house? The beep, beep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what my wife was drinking last night, and I said to her, "What we're gonna do during the podcast is when you hear that fucking beep, you run us some shit out." And she gave me like the. Said we're gonna want coffee and stuff like that. He got the giggles so fucking hard, and she was getting so pissed. So we got Andrew and Brian with us today. First time for Brian. He's been on other podcasts that have never been put up.
Are they too risque? Why aren't they ever put up?
It was audio
Audio
only. Yeah, we did some.
See,
And,
that view is gonna bug me that you got going on right there.
What view is that?
Which camera is it? It's that camera.
What's wrong with it?
Like happy or something.
He's fixing it. You got to move the whole fucking thing, probably. Better? You happy with it? Aye. See, this is
If
what
you're gonna do it, you got to do it right.
Well, you expect the director to fucking do something properly,
Yeah.
but no.
No.
He's a fairly inexpensive director, though, right? So, how much can you complain about someone you're not paying very much?
Well, he's supposed to be at school today, but since it was an 11 o'clock podcast, I let him take the day off.
Oh, nice.
So
That's,
yeah, now he's gonna be failing fucking everything.
It's a good father right there.
It really is.
Hey, Dad's got a podcast to do, so you're gonna fail school for today.
Yeah. So what I was starting to tell you about, yes. So we're looking for a car. She went down and she test drove a RAV4, or she couldn't test drive a RAV4 because they're 3 to 6 months out and there was none on the parking lot. Come out to the Auto Nation out in the valley, nothing. Had a black guy out there named Shay, who was just a total prick because he knew everything about him. And I said, so the RAV4 and the Venza are on the same platform, right? And I said, well, can we just drive Venza? It's the same thing. And he goes, oh, they're not the same thing. They're definitely not the same thing. If you were a dealer, you would know that. And it's like, fuck you, man. I've looked at dealers on YouTube, right? So that didn't happen. So we test drove the ID4. And as soon as you drive that, because the technology is so amazing, it was like, it's over. We got back in our 2017 Hyundai SUV. She goes, this is a truck. And it's not. It's a compliant, like, shitty SUV that's like a car. And I knew it was over. So we ordered one immediately. And it's supposed to be here because you have to order everything now. It was supposed to be here. Andrew's heard this story. It's supposed to be here in February, March. And then they moved it back to June, July. Chris is on the internet looking. She goes, they got 3 in transit coming to Spokane. I go, okay, cool. Let's buy it online. So we buy it online that night. Guy calls me tomorrow. Hey, I see that you're interested in it. These are in transit. It's available, but we have a rear-wheel drive here right now that you could buy. And I said, she wants an all-wheel drive, and then he blew me off. So I couldn't buy the stuff that's in transit that's available. So I canceled the order. So then we started looking around Washington, Idaho, Oregon for an ID4. Can't get it. So we swapped over to the Mustang Mach E. So that's what we're getting.
Ooh.
Found one in Morton, Washington.
Which I'm sure will be a lot more popular once they take it. Like they named it a Mustang, so obviously they think that it's an SUV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when have you ever heard of an SUV that's got the Mustang slapped onto it?
So the all-wheel drive,
It's got the Hellcat engine, right?
oh, it's faster than a Hellcat. Come on now. Well, it's not faster than a Hellcat, but it's as fast as
I know that's Dodge.
no, it's
not that awful.
it's as fast as Mustang GT with like the Coyote engine in it. So it's 0 to 60 is 4.4 seconds. It's super fast.
Who needs that for an SUV? Like the soccer moms bringing their kids.
No,
to
that's the
school.
problem. So they have a certain range, and depending on how you drive, like my wife, she's going to do better than the fucking range because she's the daily driver. And Ford underestimated their batteries, so whatever the mileage is, she's going to exceed that. Me, there's no fucking way. I'll have my foot in that cunt all the time.
Takes it 2 minutes to get to work. You're gonna drag down this street
Yeah, it
every morning.
can be like a shitty Toyota Corolla. I'll be racing it. It's just like, let's go, fucker. That will be the deal. It will be. That's going to be real. So yeah, I'm excited to get it. The problem with it, we have to wait for the recall to be fixed because the moonroof leaks from the factory. So they didn't use the correct sealant when they did the moonroof. So he has to get the moonroof fixed, and then we get the car.
That's what I hear with a lot of Teslas, though. You get the Tesla and like kind of shoddy workmanship with the seals,
Everything
the leaks, and
everything.
and
People
the
will say
gaskets and crap.
that like they've had their Tesla for a year, but the door kind of rattles and the fucking trunk, is falling apart.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Mechanically, they're fucking amazing, but like they just put them together for shit.
That's why I always
Didn't
hear
finish.
buy a used one instead of a new one. You know,
You should have got that Tesla Plaid.
Yeah, I
That
can't. I
120.
can't.
9 Yeah, instead of that roach of a Mustang you bought.
I can't afford it. I can't afford. I don't have Brian money. I don't have fuck you money.
Yeah, well, me either. Right.
Well, how much? How much was the Cadillac?
I got that for 42.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad
No,
because the one that we're buying is 55, which is stupid money.
not for a new rig. Like one of the guys in the shop, he just dropped. It was 81
On
for a what is it? Like a Chevy 2500 HD.
yeah, the trucks are stupid expensive.
Yeah, but and that's the thing is he ordered it like 2.5-3 months ago, and it's done. But of course they're waiting for the computer chip, so he has no ETA on when he's
wow.
getting it.
Yeah, that
So,
sucks.
the
There-
dollar chip.
There's a guy out at work. His name's Don. He had a 2018, I think. Was it 2500 or 3500, whatever it was. So he spent $80,000 on that rig, and it's only 2 years old, but he needed a new one, so he's getting a new one, and that one is now 85,000.
Yep.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's worth more now.
I think Silverados look the best out of all the trucks.
Yeah.
No,
No, I like Silverados,
Yeah.
depending on the year. Because he traded in 15, and he had bought it like 4 years ago for 38, and he traded it in, and they gave him like 41 for it.
well, that's Chris. She paid 24 for the Tucson, and we've had it 4 years, and they're going to give us 20, which is stupid.
I drove a new Silverado for work. I didn't like it. I drove it for like a year.
Really?
We had these little compact vans before. I liked the van more, yeah. Silverado was just low. Didn't feel like a truck. It was new. It was like 2019.
You need to drive the 89 Ford F-150 I've got. See what that bitch is like.
Power
It
steering.
used to have power steering, I think. Maybe. Yeah, they've come a long way in trucks. They're like fucking cars now. My father-in-law's got a Ford F-150 all leathered out, and it's like crazy nice inside.
Yeah, I've got a 13 Raptor.
Oh, so you got the Coyote in that too?
It's a 6.2.
Okay.
So,
Super fast?
no. I mean, it's for a truck, it's decent, but
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh.
I drive it normal. Like, it's a pavement princess. Like, it was a good deal, and it has a ton of room inside. And with Scarlett on the way, I was like, well, yeah, super nice, super safe.
We do have one of your buddies on where we work, out on the hotline.
Okay.
James,
Oh, yeah. It's a
Supra? Super
Yeah.
boy. How's that? Is that a fast car?
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah, it's pretty fast. He's working on it. I know
Always.
he's always working on it. It's a new platform, so they're trying to kind of figure stuff out. So unfortunately, there's not very many people that can really tune
So
those.
is it newer than your car?
Oh yeah, his is like a 2020 Supra. Mine's a 2014.
He's had it for a couple of years, hasn't he?
I think it's a 2020. Yeah.
He's a different dude.
Yes. Yes.
He's
yeah. Yeah.
different dude. Have you met James?
Absolutely, I have.
Have you?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think?
Different. Are we all a little different, though? We're all a little
I
weird.
don't
Dude.
think there's
Dude,
very many normal people at Kaiser.
No, there isn't. That's the weird thing about working at a Kaiser is it's a microcosm. Like, I never saw like people that I thought were pedophiles before out at other jobs, but I do out at Kaiser. I never saw anybody that I thought were serial killers, but I do out at Kaiser. Like, there'll be people. It's weird.
Yeah.
There'll be like that little slice of life that's fucking. You got the fucking weird fuckers out there.
Yeah.
You same thing in the labs for you?
Yeah. There's a couple that you just get a weird vibe from.
Yep.
And you're like, yeah, you could definitely kill people.
Like, well, so
And hide it.
what I think is we need to be proactive before they dig the hole in their basement in their backyard to start shoving chicks down.
Yeah.
We just need to kill them.
Yeah.
We need to be proactive, save some people.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. We need to have someone that can really sense what the serial killers are, though.
Yeah.
We got someone that can point them out to us so we can get the job done.
Oh, I just get the vibe, man. I think I got a little bit of the ESP in me because I know I can see in the future that they're going to be raping and killing somebody in the future.
Yeah. There's one of the guys down at the other end, and he runs around and like, you know, there's rabbits all over the freaking place, and he's
Yep.
like running around trying to smash them with rocks and stuff.
Hey,
Yeah,
they're
And
fucking
he ended
baby
up
rabbits. They're
killing
cute.
one, he ended up skinning it and like taking it home and shit.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird. The guy's weird.
Huh. That's
So,
where we work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, by the way, so on one of our podcasts, it's just an open question. I'm going to ask everybody that's on here. The boys were talking about shaving their balls, and they do it on a regular. Do you do that?
I
Monthly.
trim. Like, I don't.
I mean,
I'm
do you get the razor out and shave your balls?
No.
Yeah.
I use a guarded trimmer thing.
It's an extreme sport, shaving your balls with a razor. It's
One thing that I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you, because it just came to my head. So when you shave your balls, but you leave
You
everything
have to
else,
really stretch the sack in order not to cut
that's what I
yourself.
asked them.
Yeah.
You don't really have to. You can just let it roll over. It's not like you're scratching your balls kind of stretch. You just kind of, it's not as strenuous, and you don't
So-
get as in depth.
So
with
if
it.
you don't touch your ass hair, but you shave your balls, is that like a mullet? I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you
Part in
could,
the back.
so you have a
Business
mullet.
in front.
Yeah.
You have a mullet.
I have almost no ass hair though, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but we all have it on by the taint and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a.
I try and pull out at least 10 hairs in the shower
You
from
would-
my ass crack.
So with your long hair, you think you do it different. What you would do? Well, that's. Have you ever had long? You've never had long hair. Not as long as I've
No.
known you. That's a fucking real thing. Like, but you're married and you've always had girlfriends. Like Chris, my wife, she sheds and she has these long fucking hairs. And I'd wake up in the morning like, what the fuck? And I would go and I'd feel it and you'd pull on it and it was like,
It
oh,
doesn't
that
stop coming.
fucker's deep. And it feels weird when you're pulling that. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Feels like you ingested it, like you're pulling it from a dog's ass or something.
Feels horrible.
Well, and get used to it.
Oh, so maybe you're into
Get
it.
that tingle.
Maybe you're into it. You like Amanda finger your asshole? Is that the deal?
That's where the men's G spot is. I
Oh
mean,
fuck me.
And it's like, just pull it slow.
No, that's the worst. That's the worst. You got to pull that fucker quick, otherwise you get that weird feeling going.
no king shame.
So that is why I cut my hair. Of course, I got married, but also one of the problems is my wife's a roller. She rolls around all over the place. So in the middle of the night, she'd end up waking me up because my hair would be over here and she'd roll on it and I'd go to roll and fucking she'd wait. Does that happen with you and Amanda?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's,
She always puts it in a ponytail. I always have it like this. I don't like it, and I've
Yeah.
never done a ponytail.
you need a man bun.
Yes, I'm a man bun kind of guy. I love
Man
handles.
man buns are so fucking gay. It's like, I don't know. It's like we go to war with Al Qaeda, and now next thing you know, everybody's got a fucking beard, like down to here. It's just the weirdest fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're all tatted up, and it's like, what do you do? It's like, I'm a dishwasher, I'm a cook, you know? It's like, oh,
Right.
we're all freaking badass.
You're
Like,
badass with your. There's one guy that we have out there. Another guy's story. He's got like, he must comb it or brush it because it's nice and straight, and it's fucking. It's like he looks like you're not gonna understand this. Cousin It from the Munsters. It's so long and so fucking straight, and it probably goes down to his sack, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing?
Why would I know Cousin It? You think I don't know any references from
No, you're much younger.
50s?
You're much younger. Brian's quite a bit younger than me as well, but
Not by much.
yeah, we're getting old, man.
Yeah, we are.
That sucks.
When you're 40s,
yes.
you calling yourself
I mean,
old.
Oh yeah, that's the weird thing. My buddy Tyson, he started getting gray in here, and he's always worried about his looks. He's above average guy, so he's not a bad looking guy. But he had
Tom
this.
said it.
He had this. Well, he knows. I always say he has a watermelon
He's
head.
dying.
Nice cock.
But he would get this fucking gray in there. And then one day he showed up and it was gone. And it was the weirdest fucking thing. It was like, I don't know
He
you.
shaved it or he dyed it?
He dyed it.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
I've
for
got
men.
a couple buddies that do that, and I'm
Why?
like,
Just be happy with what you are.
yeah.
You
I've
know?
had chicks tell me like it's attractive. It's like
It just
having
means
a little
we're
bit of
old.
pepper. Yeah, exactly.
You're pretty though, so that helps.
Silver fox.
Thank you.
know.
Yeah, I'm not. So this just makes me look old. That's what it does. Well, wait until you get it. You'll never see it on your balls. That's something I haven't
So
like.
we're gone.
You don't have gray hair on
my
your balls?
No, it was.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Fucking Captain Great Balls over here.
Oh fucking hey! God damn, pluck them motherfuckers! I'll get Andrew over there to shave them.
Do it slow.
Well, that's nice. We don't want no accidents. So
I'm very careful.
it was weird when one of my friends came up to me and he goes, "Yeah, I just got my first." And he was in his 30s, and he goes, "Yeah, I just got my fucking first gray hair." And it was like, wow. I still don't have no gray hair on my balls, so I can't believe you got gray hair on your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a defect.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm abnormal.
It is what it is. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me.
No,
Like,
well, it's because you're hooked up now. It's not like you're out there flinging them fuckers
Well,
around
it's-
anymore.
by the time I get my pants off, even if I was single, it's not like she's like, "Oh, you got gray hair on your balls." Like I'm out.
But you trim, so maybe in the dark it's hidden.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Like it's at least maintained.
Yeah, mine's not. I got dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
I need
nasty.
all the help I can get. It looks bigger. You know, I gotta trim it
Well,
back.
that's exactly what you got to do. He's fucking Italian, so it's probably fucking huge.
It's you think I'd be hairy though. My dad is the hairiest guy on the planet, and he's
No.
got the
No, he's not. Is that what you're telling us?
what? My dad?
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a hairy dude.
yeah.
I've got no back hair, no chest hair. I'm hairless. I've got the Brazilian
Are you sure he's your real dad? Then?
Portuguese. I'm gonna assume so.
Are you part Asian?
I am not that I know of.
Okay.
The Portuguese and Italian. But I don't know.
What we all need to do is 23andMe. We need to find out who the fuck our real parents are.
If we're confident of who our parents are, why would we do 23?
Because I want to call my mom out on it. I want to say, you bitch.
Who's
Yeah.
yeah? Oh, he was the milkman from 30
Yeah,
years
no,
ago.
well, my dad's 5'9". I mean, I'm 6'4". Where did this fucking height come from, huh?
And all of your kids are tall.
Yeah, the girls are... Dev, you haven't met Dev
Tall for
yet.
girls.
She's not. She's we'd call her a dwarf, and she goes, "Dwarf is 4'9". I am 5'1". She'd get so pissed off about that. It's okay, honey.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about something. That's something you shouldn't be fucking worried about. You're gonna be okay. So Dev is the short one. She's 5'1" or 5'2". She's the only one that watches these regularly, so she'll call me out on it.
She wants to be tall, and all the tall girls want to be short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's happy with what they are.
No.
Just fucking, you can't change it. Just be what you are. If you got a small Peter, work with it. You can't change it.
Exactly. You have good personality, small
fuck.
dick, like
That never
good
made-
fucking. Well, you got to
Better-
pick them up. Like,
Better make sure you're funny.
exactly. They have good tongue skills.
Not that this guy has a small dick, but the other Brian that used to work with us, red hair, he's great personality.
Yeah.
You
You talking about the maintenance guy?
Yep.
Okay, because he's at Kaiser too, isn't he?
He quit.
Oh, he did.
He quit.
Oh, what an idiot.
He came up to me because I would see him all the time, and he goes, "I'm out of here next week," so he's letting me know. And I said, "Oh, that sucks, Brian. I enjoy seeing you every once in a while." And he goes, "This is a soul sucking fucking job. I'm out of here." So what he had done is he had moved to he was a millwright, and he moved to management. And I don't think that they were compensating people correctly on a yearly, and he was just done with it.
No, I think going supervisor at that place is a horrible, horrible idea unless you're pretty much ready to be gone anyway, or it's a stepping stone to go somewhere else.
How many supervisors have you gone through? Or foreman?
So when I got, because I've been maybe 4 years this June. So basically, the supervisor I came in with is still.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had two at the time, but one of them moved to the other side of the lab.
Right. It's funny that it's been 4 years because it just seems like not that long ago that we were talking back and forth about you going to Kaiser. So I've been out there 8 years, and on the hotline, we are on number 14 is leaving us.
I really like Ian, though. For whatever reason. Him and I'm always awkward around him because I don't know what to talk to him about. And he knows that. I'm just awkward around everyone. But I really like Ian.
Okay. I think he tries way too hard. Like, yeah, guys, this is going to be fun.
Like laying on thick.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just, oh, God. And then I'll call him on his shit. Like, we went in and we had to scrape the floor last, because we had a downshift.
Scar machine.
A scar machine. And he goes, this is what you guys are doing tonight, unless you want to do scrap picks. And I said, I'd rather do a scrap pick. And he just looked at me like, oh, fuck. I don't have any scrap picks for you to do. So I call him on his shit.
But what do? We got it done in 2 hours, and we had 10 hours of, jerking off.
No, I told my wife that I worked hard that whole entire fucking night.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
The rest of us didn't.
Yeah, you got to you can't tell them what we really do at work.
No.
Yeah.
Have you told your old lady?
Oh, yeah, she's so mad. I'm like, I get upset because they won't wake me up for break, Like,
What does your wife do?
She manages the dental office, so she's busy throughout the day and stuff for sure. But
that sucks.
Yeah,
Imagine.
But that's okay because if you're busy, your day goes quicker. Sometimes our days fucking drag.
Yeah. See, like the lab, I know a lot of the rest of the plant thinks, oh, you don't do anything in the freaking lab, and it's like, well, when we're fucking busy, like we are busy the whole fucking shift.
Right.
So, but there's quite a few times to where like we're really good, so our crew is set up to where we can like basically pump stuff through to where then we can go watch a movie, and take a decent break. Yeah. So it all depends. When I first got hired in, there was pallets in the mill the whole time, and it was basically like you would take, our 15-minute breaks are really an hour, but like there was always work to do, and it was constantly busy.
The 15-minute breaks are really 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
Really 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
you're lucky to get 15 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes you got to eat your lunch.
Well, you got to think about travel time. So to get to the break room takes some time. So yeah, you usually come up with 7 minutes 50 seconds per break.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very different from all the other jobs that I've had. It was culture shock. I'm still not used to it, and I've been out there 9 years, something like that. So.
Yeah, it's surprising how many like lazy people there are, and it's like this is not a difficult job to just get some stuff done.
They get upset about having to do something that normally they would just do. I don't know how to explain it. They get upset when they feel slighted or they're being treated unfairly in their head, I guess. It's different. How is the oil fields in comparison to this?
I don't know, like, because that's private business that I worked for, so like,
right,
there was a lot of windshield time and stuff, and it was just go get your shit done. It was also kind of like a pride thing, like we're in North Dakota, like we're here to bust ass and make money. So
right. So you were going all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we worked when I was there. It was 3 to 4 weeks straight at 12-hour shifts, sometimes longer because of drive time. So
and then what? Did you get 2 weeks off or something like that?
Yeah, it would be like 1 or 2 weeks off. It really depended. I was single at the time, so like there were times where like holidays, like I would do holidays so the guys with families could go home, or they needed coverage. So I think the longest I worked was like 6 weeks straight, and then I would take like 1 or 2 weeks off and spend all of my money that I made and then go back broke.
Right. And what did you do there? You were an electrician or
electrician? Yeah, but really we ran heat trace, and it was super simple. So basically all the piping, we would tape heat trace to it.
That was it?
Yeah, like because the guys that ran that shop were like from Alaska, so that was their main thing. So it wasn't really even electrical work. Yeah. So
heat trace being heat tape that keeps stuff warm, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're just taping wire to pipe, and it's 120 or 240 volts. So you're you got to wire wires, 2 or 3 wires. Yeah. So.
That's the thing with oil jobs. You work it until you're 30 and can't anymore. Well, you buy a big truck.
His job, you could have worked longer. The problem with certain jobs where you are working so hard, I'll use construction as an example. You're working so many hours and so long, when you do get a break, you go crazy. And that's when bad stuff happens. And then there's people that have been in that field for a long time, or for a while, and they're already crazy, so they bring you over. And I'm talking about like drugs for one, just hardcore. I remember the roofers that came over to do our last house. None of them had fucking teeth. None of them had fucking teeth. One guy left because he couldn't drink on the job. That's no shit. He wanted to have beer on the job site because he needed it. And the guy came over and so it got down to a 2-man crew. It was so our last house, which fucked up, it was 1901, so it had 2 shakes, 2 sets of fucking shingles on it, and then so they had to tear all that off, and it was just 2 guys on this, I don't know, 8-12 pitch or 6-12 pitch. It was fucking stupid. But anyways, so jobs like that, like Alaska crabbing and fucking North Dakota, and the drugs are super prevalent, and the people you work around are super shitty. You agree?
I would agree. I think the electrical, like, unfortunately, I was the drug addicted shitty worker
Out of the bunch.
out of the bunch, and there was a handful of others for sure,
Right.
as well. And then there was, you know, the guys that were just normal and there to make money.
Okay, so you were you, so when I'm talking about shitty people, were you spreading it?
No.
So,
No.
but there is people on there that's like, let's go and party. Next thing you know, they fucking got coke on them, and
Yeah.
and you're doing
It was
the
actually
math.
really hard to find stuff over there. Like
In
you had
North
to make,
Dakota?
yeah. It was super expensive if you could find it, and I didn't really have the connections, and I tried not to.
You know what people needed?
So-
Just shit in a bag and huff it, right? You make do.
Yeah. You could do
Before
that.
your piss, you drink your piss, because there is some residuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You recycle, reuse, reduce, recycle, right?
This is the new PC generation.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have known electricians that were in their 80s though. They're gonna work until they die. You know, if you're old and you have an apprentice with you, you're gonna make them do all the work. and
How are people in such shitty shape at that age where they can't retire?
once you retire, you're dead. You have nothing to do. You know, you always hear about people that work until they're 70 and then
You're
dead
almost
within 3
there. You
months.
better listen.
Is your pops almost retired?
He is retired now.
He is retired.
But he's still picking up shifts at Johanna.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Just a supplement. I think he's still trying to stay busy. And so,
So my dad is 78 now, and my mom's a taskmaster. So he's painting the house, like the living room, every other week. And so she keeps him busy, so he doesn't slow down. He's not in bad shape for being 78. It's when you shut down and slow down that you get all fucked up, I think. So
I
I'm already
agree.
there.
That's when you get into politics, right? To hit 80, that's when you can become a politician.
yeah.
Only if you have like the fucking saggy fucking jowls, or
Yeah.
what's wrong with Nancy
toad
Pelosi?
neck.
Everything with her fucking face. So yeah, if you got like the jowls of Mitch McConnell, or like the Hague face that of Nancy Pelosi, that's
Dementia is too is another good one.
Dementia
to
is a
have.
good one.
It's a good one to have.
That's I don't want to get into politics too much, but that was a disappointing thing. So we're both liberal bastards. You're more conservative.
Until tax season comes around, then I'm conservative.
And then you're libertarian.
I'm like, fuck this, man. You could suck my dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, my side picked somebody with not dementia. Would you call it dementia? He just is brain dead. I like to think of it as brain dead. That's what's so sad about it. You keep running out these shitty fucking people, and I've said this before. Why? It's disheartening.
Yeah, it is. The choices are pretty shitty
Yeah.
for sure.
You'll get Ted Cruz next time.
No, I'm hoping Ron DeSantis from Florida.
Would you vote for Tulsi Gabbard?
I like Tulsi. I
Oh,
like
so do I.
Tulsi Gabbard. So I would need to do a little bit more research on her, but the stuff I've seen, it's like, okay.
She's
Like,
middle of the road.
yeah.
Yeah, so she was one of my picks last time. It was Tulsi, Andrew Yang, or Bernie Sanders, because I love that old fucker. But we talked on a previous podcast that there should be age limits. So when you get to like 55, fuck you. You can't do it anymore because you're set in your ways. You're not. First off, you're brain dead. I saw, and I said this on the previous podcast, I saw George Bush before he became president. Dude was fucking spot on. He was like, quick-witted.
shoes.
Yeah, he was amazing. And then you see him as president, it's like, bull. You see, he just lost everything. So once you get to 55, fuck you, you can't be in office anymore. You're just fucking done. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
There's
Either
some-
that or you need to have there needs to be like a window there to where you actually like do a really good physical and mental check or
Yeah.
something. that-
Well, this I'm 70-year-old man thing
yeah,
needs to go fuck right off.
yeah. No,
70. I wish we
agree.
had a 70-year-old president.
The last two were in their 70s, right? And both of them fucking.
How old was Obama? 52? 54 when he was?
He was probably in his late 40s, but he looked 70 when he got out. But he was a do-nothing president, too. He did absolutely nothing. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. We need people like I said, when my daughter was on here, we need people like her in there. Because her shit's all squared away and she cares about other people. My oldest daughter's getting her doctorate now. She's in her final year of her doctorate.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's
In what?
Epigenomics and biochem. So
Those are
something that
big
actually
words.
matters.
I don't know what epigenomics mean. What is epigenomics?
So epigenomics is the study of how your genome affects you.
Okay.
So she does. Right now, she's working on a lot of plant shit, where she's. That's WSU. So, whatever she's getting her degree in.
I can see one of these rooms getting turned into a grow room.
A grow room.
Yeah.
No, she's going to. So she's got to do a postdoc. So she's talking about going to Wisconsin or Germany. So I won't get to see her. My other daughter, she's a civil engineer in Seattle, and so she's in Seattle. So it's raise your kids to just be average, and then you get to see them.
You get to see them. Yeah.
You get to see them, and
Yeah.
so
They're
that's
smart,
what you want.
smart girls. That's awesome.
Like, they're women who don't have to depend on men, and that was the important part. It doesn't matter what they do, as long as they're happy. Like my daughter in Seattle is not completely happy with being a civil engineer, so she's going back to school to get her degree in mathematics. So she's gonna do the doctorate road and become. So she's doing that while she's working. She's double dipping. It's crazy how she can do that. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
But yeah, just you got a daughter, raise them so they don't have to depend on anybody. Fuck everybody. You don't want them to be that 40-year-old woman that her husband's cheating on her. She's got 4 fucking kids she's got to take care of, and now all of a sudden she's got to depend on the state, to help her lift herself up.
Yeah, it's either smart and independent or pretty and sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean, if you rather than go in the middle of the road, it's like either you one extreme or the other. Either you're smart and independent.
No,
or,
I would have loved to have been pretty and have a sugar something.
yeah.
Sugar dad, I don't care. I would suck dick if I could stay at home.
How much money would you need to suck dick?
Yeah.
We've gone through this before. I'm down to $5,000. If anybody out there has $5,000, I will swallow your jizz.
I mean, that's
It's a lot of
actually
money.
Pretty good deal, especially since you've never done it before. There's a lot of gay guys out there that.
Brian, I would be
Yeah.
really good at it too to get that shit over really quickly. So I would pump that motherfucker. There would be no, this sucks, and dabble in it. No, I'd be, it'd be done in minutes.
Use both hands, right?
Oh,
For-
fuck it. Yeah, or both
Peak
fingers.
pleasure.
Either way, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm getting the job done quick, and you are enjoying it for your $5,000.
Won't neglect the balls.
Oh, but
I don't
you'll
like my
shave 'em
balls played
before.
with.
Won't shave them before you.
I don't like my
Make
balls
sure
played
they're-
with. That's a weird thing.
Huh.
Yeah, you guys like your balls played with?
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, it's either way. I yeah.
Don't touch
Doesn't
them.
really matter.
Leave them alone. Zach, when you masturbate, do you play with your balls?
No.
Okay, good for you.
Close.
Not gay, don't touch balls.
Yeah.
But they're yours. So yeah,
Hands.
you use your mouth. He's flexible.
Marilyn Manson over here.
I wish I could do that, but yeah, no go.
I heard it feels more like sucking a dick than getting your dick sucked when you can auto-fillet yourself.
Really?
This is what, my friend told me.
Was he bragging? That's what he was doing. He was trying to tell you he had a big cock. Yeah, when I suck my own dick.
When I say friend, it wasn't really a friend.
Oh, somebody just acquaintance.
It was fucking internet, huh?
It was me.
It was me.
It was me. Oh God, my head hurts. I don't need to know that. Did you get the whole thing in there, or just like the tip?
Before I had a stomach. No, it's something I read online.
Figures. Jesus Christ, man, we need real stories here, not online stories, because they're not real. Nothing on the internet is fucking real. Your news isn't real.
Yeah.
The internet isn't real. You know, something that I've got into since I'm older now is TikTok. And the reason why is because our producer would come over and throw those fucking things in my face.
Balls.
No, not balls. Little fucking. I need that dopamine rush every 30 seconds, so I flip and watch and flip and watch. The thing that's weird about it is the fucking. Hey, have you done TikTok?
No, I'm not a fag.
You're not a fag
Until you try using it.
until you try using it. They have the button up at the top. You hit live, and there's just women on there showing off their cleavage.
Yeah, I see it because like Facebook now and like Instagram, like when you're scrolling through, they'll have those little sections and it'll have those videos, and then it's like,
Yeah,
oh well, she's not wearing anything. Click. Like
yeah. I'm just
it's
past
like
it.
all clickbait stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It's the dumbest thing. I'm really hoping that
It's not.
we
gonna
can
go
keep
away.
Scarlett. We can keep our daughter from getting into that vanity type.
Hopefully, man.
We're
'cause
gonna
it's-
try and keep her super busy with sports because Heather was like she played softball through college and
Right.
everything, and then did roller derby, and she's always been.
Does she still do the roller derby?
No, she's done now. Yeah,
Why'd she
too
decide to
many
give that up?
energies. Just too many injuries, and then no time right now with Scarlett,
Right.
and she just is feeling too old to really be able to do it.
Properly.
So she was starting to kind of really get injured quite a bit towards the end there before she got pregnant.
I never got to see it because you had told me about it. I wanted to go out and watch it, but I never did.
Yeah, she's really good. She's super athletic and has always done sports since she was a little kid.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna try and keep our daughter hopefully doing a lot of sports.
Dude, what we could do is we could say, because genders are genders now. You've got long hair. You might have a beard.
I don't like where this is going.
But we could get you out there against some women and watch you just thrash the fuck out of them.
Yeah, just tuck it back.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I can't get 8 months pregnant and start swinging a belly around though, which
Yeah.
I could try.
You can try. Well, we can try, but we can get you some hormones, get your titties a little bit bigger, so then it's gender neutral. That's a fucking
good
great idea. How are you on skates?
I can learn. The trans men that enter the Olympics, well, trans into men, I mean, they dominate.
They
Right.
do dominate.
Not Olympics, but really any sport that they're allowed in.
You would think if you're a woman at this time that you would. I'm going to be PC, but how PC do you need to be, right?
Well, yeah, when it starts to like, okay, we're going from women's rights to now guys are taking over and just beating the shit out of women now, and
Yeah.
it's supposedly okay, and I think we're starting to see people fight back on that
Yeah.
because you're taking things away from actual women,
Yeah. No, I agree.
What's taken away, like being
scholarships, like there's been quite a few things to where girls have lost out on scholarships because they didn't come in, they
Because-
were atop of their game or top of actual female, and here
Yeah.
comes a guy, or
And it's
yeah, like I don't really care. Like for me, as far as like the whole gender pronoun stuff, like I don't think I should be forced to do it, but like as far as like if somebody came up like, hey, I want to be called this, be like, okay, that's fine with me, but stay the fuck out of women's sports.
women's sports or some other stuff that
And
goes
some
around.
other stuff too, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't understand how that became a thing. Like, ugh, he's got a hairy chest with tits, and he's benching 650 pounds. There's no way that a woman's going to be able to compete with him.
Well, especially when it was like, well, he was competing as a man, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, he was like 32nd or whatever, and now, now he's all of a sudden he says he's a woman, and now
World record holder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like,
always the strength based sports. You're never going to see the guy transition to a girl and go into Olympics. It's not the body type for that.
Depending on what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like a male in the Olympics going against female
Did I
swimmers.
say acrobats or Olympics?
You said Olympics.
Oh, I said
but
like acrobatics,
like gymnastics type stuff.
Gymnastics.
for sure.
Or what's the one where they have the fucking flags?
The tassel thing.
Yeah, the tassel thing. I want to see a dude do that as a woman, just all fagged out doing that. That would be
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
That would be like, that would be one thing I would like to watch, actually.
Yeah, because I don't watch the Olympics when it's on TV, but if you put something like that on there, I'm fucking watching it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things that you're like, this is an Olympic sport, like
Yeah,
you know,
but-
like curling too. It's like that's an Olympic sport, like
Yeah, but I don't want to see a man in a pool. I don't want to see a man in a pool fucking lapping women and saying that he's, you know, gender neutral or whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to see that. But you put some flags in his fucking hand, I'm down. I'm watching that in a heartbeat.
yeah. Just from going from like, because that's where I think like the roller derby stuff, like they're kind of having issues and they're trying to figure that stuff out right now too, because they'll have like, you know, women only games, and then they'll have male and female, and so that's kind of the issue they're having, because they're having some transgenders coming in that want to play, and they're trying to kind of figure that out. And now me having a daughter, it's like, well, we'd like to get her into sports, and I don't want her to get fucking rocked by some dude, you know?
Well, yeah,
like, it's not fair.
His name was Jimmy, but now he's Janessa.
Yeah.
And he's fucking my son's size, 250 fucking pounds, and he's gonna rock your world, bitch.
Yeah.
But you know, he's got some nice tits on him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many hormones or if they got the full whatever, they already had testosterone and they already have an unfair advantage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. And anybody who says that's not a real thing, it is. Go look at the people who are jacked on some fucking magazine from sticking needles in their dick hole vein. You know.
Yeah. And I feel that the majority of people are actually against it.
Yeah.
I think that like the people that scream the loudest, like the news and the media want us to think like there's just so many transgenders out there and people don't know and this and that and it's okay. And I think the majority of people really do not agree with,
Okay, so-
with
I don't
what the
agree with
current narrative is online.
So, regardless of what side you're on, you get propagandized all the fucking time, and that's one of the propaganda. That's one of the propagandize. I don't know how to say it. That's how they're propagandizing me from the left. Is like, this is acceptable. Well, if you're cutting off body parts to me, that's not acceptable. You can be whatever the fuck you want. You can fuck whoever you want, but when you start cutting off body parts, I have a problem with that. So, we all get propagandized.
Yeah.
So the majority of us don't agree with some of the stuff that's going on. Andrew probably is more liberal on that front than me. But
you can cut off whatever you want.
yeah, but he agrees with, like, in competition, it's absolutely ridiculous.
For sure.
So maybe we should make up a third. So you just let all the flippy floppy people compete against each other instead of.
I think, yeah, I agree.
Transgender competition.
Yeah. And I agree. If you're an adult and you want to fucking cut your shit off, or you want to,
You're okay with that?
Yeah. If you want to get an addictomy, like I don't really.
Addictomy, is that what they call it? Have you looked into it? Have you looked into it? Holy shit, it's an addictomy.
Well,
I had no idea.
You're either getting the Tijuana tuck and roll or you're getting an addictomy.
Ah, I did not know that
Yeah.
was a thing. They have names.
That's fantastic.
Well, one of the guys, so there's a guy that I went to high
Addictomy.
school with that is now a woman, and he's actually, and like look at pictures, and he makes an attractive woman.
Adam's apple.
No.
Oh, really?
Shaved or whatever,
Oh, okay.
but does not tell people.
Right. That's
So-
fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And that's where I you know that I'm not 100% on
Because they're
on
going to
that.
give you blowies. They're going to say, okay, we can have sex, but I just want to save myself. I'm a virgin. Put it in my ass. And next thing you know, you're banging a dude, which.
Well, no, he full operation.
Full operation.
Full operation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Why wouldn't you disclose that?
Do you think you're having sex and it's like super high pitched? She's like super high, you know, and then it just breaks and it's just super deep.
Like, oh, fuck me.
Well, I mean, I understand. Like, that's one of the things. That's where I kind of have an issue, but I understand at the same time because it's like you have the full operation. You feel you're a woman. Like you went that fucking far.
Right.
Why would you say I used to be a man? You know, or like how would that type of thing come up? But at the same time, if I am to me being a straight cis white male racist, you know.
Racist motherfucker.
Exactly. Well, I'm a white male and whatever that cisgender BS. So I'm racist and I'm a conservative. So I'm really racist. You know, I would want to know. And I like I saw her comment. I'm going to call her because of respect. Comment on a friend's thing, and it was kind of like I shot it, just kind of, hey, you know, don't say anything, just giving you a heads up, and no clue. Had no clue.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're the one who outed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
So
I
you-
would want to know.
No.
I was like, and he wasn't going to be disrespectful or anything because we kind of chatted about it, and I was
Yeah.
like, so
No, I agree. If I would tell somebody, I would do the same thing. Even if it's like, let's say Andrew, his old lady was cheating on him. He had no clue. I would let him know. I would do the same for you, because that's a solid thing to do. So no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's rough though, to have to do that. Dude, it is rough.
Yep. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because you're going to
sure.
destroy, especially the cheating thing. You're going to destroy somebody's fucking world, and that is
I'm
a
gonna resent
horrible
you.
feeling.
Yeah.
Kill the messenger for sure.
Well,
Like
yeah.
you're the one
At
that just
first,
delivered the
I
message.
think at first it's a normal reaction to
Yep.
be upset. I think if you got some time and really thought about it, it's like, okay, well, did you really want to know or did you not want to know? And just be in the dark and find out eventually. And then would you be more mad at your friend for
More
not
time wasted.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I would expect you to, for sure. I'd be pissed, but you get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would lash out.
Oh yeah, in the moment. Not to someone that told me. I'd lash out if there's another guy in my bed. But
Yeah, I don't know how I'd react. I try to be rational. I think I live my life rationally, but I don't know. It's so emotional when something like that happens.
yeah,
So, wow.
for sure.
Well, that's
Could be a very
bombshell.
dangerous situation.
Yeah. You said, don't do your Facebook stalking, people. Make sure you go through their photos and look to see what the fuck they were before. If they're fucking,
Is this a
they're
brother? Who is it?
Yeah, if they're wearing a wife beater and they got a short haircut, maybe you want to investigate a little bit further before she became Sally.
Yeah. But if you just looking at her, you wouldn't. There's some features, but if I didn't tell you, you most likely wouldn't even know.
One of our concerts was down at a place called The Pin. So we got done playing The Pin. And like always, you've come to our concerts before. We went over to the Satellite afterwards. And we're drinking and having fun. And I don't know if you remember Chris's daughter, January. No, blonde hair. She's pretty. She said, let's go over to the gay bar right next door. Because there used to be...
9
No.
or closer.
I think it was
It's the
Herbs
older
or
one,
Brass
yeah.
Rail or something like that.
Yeah. I used to bounce at one of them.
It's right next to the Satellite, whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one. I
So
think
the
it was
beauty of that is my friend Tyson, he was out there with his wife and they were smoking outside before we went into Irv's Brass Rail, whatever the fuck it was. And he's a little bit shorter than me. I'm 6'4", he's like 6'2", but he goes 300 pounds. Like, this guy's a waste of fucking space because he's a natural 300 pounds. He could have been an NFL fucking defensive lineman. He's huge. So it's funny to see him in this situation. But there's a little guy out there who worked at Comcast who was talking to him, and he was going, "Yeah, I could suck you better. You can suck your dick better than your wife. I could take you right in the corner and suck you off right now." And his wife's going, "Go for it." And he was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" Anyways, so we go into this gay bar and order up drinks. I pay for the group that's coming in for our first round of drinks. It was like $125. It was insane. And we go and we sit down in their room, and there was a drag show going on. There's a black guy that was doing the drag show. I couldn't tell that he was a man. I could not fucking tell that he was a man. He was spot on.
Yeah.
And
Those were a lot of fun because we used to kind of go occasionally, and then I bounced at the other gay bar across the street.
Yeah.
So we'd go over there because they were open longer.
it was a
A lot of fun. And I will say this, do not fuck with a guy in drag. They can fight.
Right.
They've been picked on a lot of their life and they
Right.
know how to fight. And I've seen some big dudes get their ass whooped in front of that place because
Really?
yeah. They talk shit. It's like, hey, I don't care if you do that, and it's
Right.
a lot of freaking fun, but I just don't like shit forced on me. But
Well,
it's a lot of fun and it's entertaining. But anyway, yeah,
So
when
we go-
guys come talk shit, let them do their thing. You're gonna get your ass kicked. Like,
Fuck. But I think that's true with just going back to your point. Nobody likes anything forced on them, right? Nobody does. For me, go fuck who you want to fuck. I don't need to know about it and stuff like that, right? You don't have to. I don't have to like what you do, and you don't have to like what I do.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking for?
I've got a picture with me and a
Drag queen?
yes. Who's black? I want to see if either of you reckon. I'm sure there's just loads of them now, though.
Brian used to bounce all over downtown. So the pin was the one that you probably bounced at a lot. It's one where you have to go upstairs to get into the main bar. So they got a big room and a small room.
Okay.
It's
So
right
I
across the
was-
street from the Satellite.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't called that at
No.
the time. Can't remember what it was called now.
Yeah. So the Pinnacle Northwest was, I can't remember. It was TC owned the other one, and it was on Monroe. You had been there to see the band, the Hop.
Yeah.
So he owned the Hop, and there was a rap show that he put on, and somebody got killed there. Somebody got shot. So he always hated that place. So he ended up buying the one down by across the street from Satellite and calling it the Pen.
Okay.
And then he sold it to a cunt, and I think his son is out at the state line now, promoting shows, doing that stuff. I can't remember his son's name right off the top of my head. But his son, the reason he bought the Hop was so his son had somewhere to play in Spokane. So they came up from California, and he bought the Hop so his son could, and turned it into a music, the only good
cool.
music venue that we had in Spokane
yeah.
at that time. So it was really cool.
Which one is the one that's above? It's the second story. You have to climb up those stairs.
You have to climb up the stairs. Yeah, it's right across from the Satellite. I don't know what it used to be. I think Brian had told me about that before. Like, they had. He talked about bouncing. Like, maybe that was the one that was on Howard, but they would have special rooms you could go into.
So you go upstairs, and like when you came up around the stairs, there was the main bar there, and then there was another room,
Yeah.
like behind it, and that's where like the music was.
Yeah, yeah. So we only played the Pen like a couple times, 2-3 times until a lady named Chelsea bought it from him. She's just a raving cunt.
Yeah, those times are pretty hazy for me.
Well,
There's
yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, playing in the band was a lot of fun. We were playing. You would think I'd get off the stage at the big venue here in Spokane called the Knitting Factory, and Brian would come up to me, and of course I'm married, so I'm not doing anything. But you would think like I'd have like 1 or 2 girls around me, but you got to look at what's going on here. And then I would see Brian, and he was going, "Yeah, this is a girl from high school. This is before he was married, obviously. He was taken off with some chick that he had met there. No chicks were coming up to me because of this. But
that's when I got pulled up on stage because your singer wanted to like do some
Santa
dance
Baby
thing. Yeah,
Santa Baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish we had video of that. I'm sure it's floating around out there somewhere. But yeah, that was a good time. So it was a Christmas special up on the Knitting Factory, and we had planned out bringing somebody up on stage. Kiana had, I think it was her boyfriend at the time, was going to come up, but he bailed on it. So luckily Brian was there, and he got our singer to crawl all over him for what, like 10-minute song.
yeah.
It's a good ship.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The girl I brought was probably appreciated that.
It's bad mojo. Kiana was pretty in the face, and it was weird because she had like normal arms and stuff, but she was heavy in the midsection.
Nice.
So, but it didn't matter because she was so pretty in the face that dudes would just come up to her anyways. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
She was,
She was a pretty girl. She was super nice
she was super nice. But anyways,
and a good singer too.
yeah, she's wanted to come back into the band because we've gone through several singers after her, but just never did. My wife doesn't like her very much.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
that doesn't help then.
No, yeah. So it's weird because we got in the band, we got a girl named Kate, model pretty. She's no longer in the band, but she was in model pretty, amazing voice, skinny, and model pretty. And my wife had no problem with her because she was early 20s. But
She ain't not gonna want you.
exactly. So my wife, that's what I'm guessing my wife. But none of these people want me. You know, I'm just the guitar player in the fucking band. That's all I am.
Until you got the gray goatee, which
Yeah, well, just for men in this bitch next time.
Yeah.
There's going to be no more of that. You look at me and go, who the fuck is that? Totally different guy.
you look at people like Steven Seagal, and he's got like just for men, and it's so off on him. You know, if he had gray hair, it would make sense, but he's always got like the oily black slicked hair, and it's just awful looking.
He's a beautiful man. You ever see his kung fu stuff that he does?
It's dude, any of his movies now. I was just watching a clip yesterday where in one of his new movies he's having sex with his woman and he's just sitting on the bed. He doesn't even take off his clothes, but she gets naked. He's sitting down and she's riding him, and she's, you know, the faces that he's making, it's just awful. She deserves an Oscar for that performance, but
Yeah.
he's an awful, you know, like he's in, you know, gun scenes. What is he, like like late 60s now?
Instead of running,
he's checking his corners, but he's doing it so lazy, like he's like he's in airsoft battle or something. It's awful.
right?
There's always that story of him getting choked out by someone and shitting himself, and it makes me just happy inside.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. All I hear is
heard that
good
either.
stuff. Like he's the master of whatever. So
And
And he's a
the
real
one that
cop.
said that.
He's a real cop too.
down in Louisiana or something like that, right?
Is it like a? Yeah.
So Shaq though. Like, who's Shaq gonna run down? He's a fat bastard. Now he ain't running down anybody. So I was like, fuck me.
I mean,
No,
I'm not that bad. I'm not gonna run anybody down. Like, I tried to sprint like last summer,
Yeah.
like sprint, and I about fucking ate shit. Like,
Really?
it's been so long since I sprinted, so my mind thinks I'm faster, and my legs are like
Weird.
yeah. So I'm leaning into speed that's not there.
It's weird how as you get older, you still don't realize that you're fucking old.
Yeah,
It's weird. I still think like I'm in my 20s, but then I'll look in the mirror and go, God, I can't believe my wife still fucks me. That's just the truth. Like, wow.
it's probably just because you're hung.
No. And then it's no. I mean, she's had. It's funny, Brian. Like, everybody should know this. Like, when you're with somebody for so long, they're perfectly matched to you.
Well, yeah, it's more than just a physical attraction. Like,
you're
that's-
14.
No. I'm talking like, this is gonna be, because my daughter's gonna watch this, so it's bad. But like, there is no forcing anything in anymore. It's just just perfect size for you. So
oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Gotcha.
they're matched to you after a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Agree or disagree?
I don't have enough time to know.
Oh God. You guys.
I don't know exactly what you're meaning.
Okay,
you're
so
like, someone's been here.
If my wife
I know.
lays
Someone's
if my
been
wife
here.
if my wife lays on her back, there's going to be a hole like that, and it's going to be perfectly matched to me. It's
Yeah.
just weird because we've been together for so long that there is no. God damn it! There's no like.
Sorry,
we need
dude.
lube or something. It's just everything's perfectly matched
Yeah.
because I've been with her for so long. Everything's just. It's not like when we were first together when it's like, fuck, this is gonna take a hot minute, you know.
Gotcha.
How long you been with Amanda?
Almost 4 years.
So is she perfectly matched to
Almost
you?
5 years. No.
No,
No.
you're still out. Well, don't. I mean,
Well, there's still bleeding involved.
there was the other night, but that was because it was an odd situation.
Did you do like a handstand off the
No,
headboard
she
or
decided.
something?
No, so well, kind of. This is so fucking pathetic. She decided that she was gonna do reverse cowgirl, right?
Hey, whose
That-
blood was it? Did
it
you
was
spend your
hers.
dick
It
or
was-
something?
it was hers. Yeah, well, she doesn't know how to sit back properly, so it's all tipped up, and so it's
Ow.
yeah, it's up and like this. Does that make sense? And so she comes out and she goes, "I'm bleeding," and I said, "What?" Because you are perfectly matched to me. There should be no bleeding involved. And
I'm not the only one in this room that doesn't want to picture this.
yeah, well, it's a bad mojo. Well, no, look, yeah,
Send me the link to your OnlyFans, please.
Yeah.
that's I've talked about that before. I would do an OnlyFans. Would you do an OnlyFans?
Probably. They
1,000.
make a lot of money.
Yeah, if you made like $1,000 a month, even only $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
We're doing
Are we
what?
talking about?
Showing your
Are we
butthole on
like?
screen?
Yeah, exactly. What exactly are we doing here?
You're
Like,
just banging your old lady on fucking. She gets on there and rubs her titties every once in a while because your wife would have to be involved in it, right?
nobody wants to watch that.
Okay, so one of my friends, his son does it. Good. And the way he found out about it is because he did taxes for his son. And he had made like, I think, I'm sorry if you're not going to watch this anyways. His son had made like $4,500 throughout the year. And it's just him.
Yeah?
Yeah, just doing stuff. So you can
Is
go
that on the tax form?
Yeah, he had to
It's
report
like
it.
40, yeah.
He had to report
He had
it.
But what he was doing, though?
Handful of
Like,
cash.
No,
it's a
just
solo job. This is a
entertainment.
solo job.
Entertainment. It's what you're doing is you. Is
You know,
it?
is it probably like 95% dudes watching him jack
Is
off?
it entertainment if you're finishing?
I mean, if you're gonna do it anyway, you might as well make some money, right?
Yeah, exactly. 4,800 extra bucks to spend on Ruckus's Zach, director. Get
I'll
him
be
in
the
a
fluffer. I can help you guys out.
You,
I want to kick back.
you do a shaving session.
Yeah, here we go. That can go on YouTube for educational, though.
What you could do though,
probably
if
do
you
porn.
think about it, you could do a foot channel on your
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans. You could do a shaving channel on your OnlyFans, and then you could do a jack off channel on your OnlyFans. So you're triple dipping.
Yeah, no, there's a very small percentage of females watching that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's.
Do you think?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. What I read was getting into the porn industry as a male, you have to spend a lot of time on gay porn before you can actually get, even if you're straight.
Like your best bet is basically to get camera equipment like this and do your own shit and get going, then try and jump into actual porn.
Well, I don't want to get into actual porn where a dude's jacking me off or wanting to put stuff in me.
Dang.
But yeah, I know. We could be the dynamic duo.
Explosive.
That's something else that's happened to me as I've gotten older. So I basically have no ass. If you've ever looked at me from the backside, I'm sure you both have. Check me out. I have zero ass. And since I've gotten older, all my muscle tone and what little ass I had is gone. So now I sit on my fucking tailbone. Not only do I sit on my long balls, but I sit on my tailbone. So it's like, oh, fuck, front, back. Ow, fuck. Where do I go? It's like, son of a bitch.
It only gets worse the older you get,
I hope
especially
not.
if you don't, if you're not in the gym or or not staying active.
I need to maintain. You know what
You need to
Patrick?
maintain your no ass.
Yeah, you know what Patrick would do? He would just sit there and flex the whole time his ass while he sat around.
That's
He did
what
a
I'm
lot
doing.
of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing kegels right now. You gotta stay taut.
Are you?
Is it
Yeah, I am.
like
I got a golf ball I'm trying to turn into a piece of coal.
Oh, I just tried to do one in my asshole, my spine that's hitting the chair. I just shot shockwaves up my ass. It's, oh, fuck. It's horrible.
I think we all are trying that right now.
Patrick is a good example of somebody, though. If you want to have magazine body that you would see in a store,
Yeah.
that's it. All the stupid shit he does.
It depends. That's not what I want.
Right.
though. Like, is he, I mean, he's the biker and the super thin, like ripped cut, whereas I want to be more bulky and muscular. You know?
It's funny because my wife, when she first met Patrick years ago, she goes, "What are you talking about? He doesn't have a man's body." She saw him with clothes on. But you take off the clothes and he's fucking just ripped.
Yeah, he's like
But you
5% body fat and
Yeah.
like 150 pounds and 6 foot. Like,
Yeah, 6'1", 150.
It's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you look at him and he's with his fucking shirt off and he's a Greek god.
Yeah, and he could probably sprint for like an hour straight too.
Have you ever watched him run? He runs like a girl. It's like he's
no.
close to being a fag. Like he's really close to that. He can't, like, he throws like a girl.
Yeah.
All of that shit because he's never done it in his whole life. It's
Okay,
like,
sorry. A lot more shoulder than you should be putting into a throw.
yeah, it's just, it's like, dude, he's close to sucking a dick. He's close to sucking a dick.
He's one ball shape away from sucking a dick, right?
Yeah, but it's he does, like, when he does stuff that we can't do. Like, if Brian's pretty, yeah, you're not a bad looking guy, but like Patrick's not a great looking guy, but he just takes his shirt off in front of chicks, and next thing you know, he's stretching them.
Yeah. Because he's also kind of awkward talking to as
Yeah,
well.
he really
He's
is.
awkward around people too.
He is.
So, but he can pull hot chicks though.
Well, we know.
And younger chicks. And
Yeah.
then he
Were
can
you there
rock
for
it out.
Genesis?
No. I heard I came in after that
Oh my
one.
God, That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He tried to move Genesis
Oh, that was
in.
after I left. What was the other chick before I got on there that like?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because he was always, there was so many.
No.
There's so many. Because he's cheating on his wife all the time. So pathetic. I shouldn't be saying this. I'm not saying last names. But,
I mean, she knows.
well, she knows because he tried to move his girlfriend in with his wife, and his wife was cool about it. So they could have husband, wife, and girlfriend living together until he said, I love her. And then she fucking went off the deep end, and that's when she kicked him to the curb.
Can you imagine almost having that, like the situation that you're in? That's insane.
Especially
That's
with
a
with
weird dynamic.
so he was cresting 40 at the time, or at 40. And the girl that was our QA, Genesis, was from WSU. And I would lose my crew at 6 o'clock in the morning because they'd go up and watch her come in. They would watch her come in, literally. I always had this debate, what is more important, body or face? And everybody goes, oh, the face. Face is definitely more important. She was pretty, but she wasn't like pretty. But holy fuck, her body was like, wow. And all the fucking warehouse guys up front watching her come in, talking to her and stuff.
Yeah, all the forklifts are like right around us.
They're all fucking, they're all at the shack.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
They're all like 555.
Like, they're working on it. Like,
And this old man, he got to tap it. And not only did he get to tap it, he almost moved it in with his wife. She was cool with it. Which
Good
is,
for him. Like, that takes some effort.
well, it didn't work out for him.
Oh, it almost
he's
did.
stupid.
I
He's
can't
socially awkward.
believe.
yeah.
It sounds like just a Mormon
I
kind of situation.
mean, realistically, like, if she was okay with moving her in and then she moves in, like, I wouldn't think I love you would have been the breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowing this woman to move in.
Right.
To me, like, I love you is that probably the breaking point should have probably been when you found out about her.
She could have saw her too. And what was weird about it, because I'm like Patrick's one of only friends, so he has like a small group. His wife was calling my house, and it was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yikes.
It was bad mojo the whole way around. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw him under the bus. I have no idea. You just deal with your shit. And she might have saw her. That could have been the breaking point too. Like, I'm cool with the fat pudgy chick coming in that's not as attractive as me, but because women have this issue about their titties, for one, right? Like, they judge each other like it's a dick thing to them. So women judge each other on their tits. Like, if she's got big tits, women are jealous of that, which is fucking stupid. Big tits don't hold up over time.
Why do I care if you got a big dick? We're not comparing.
No,
But if you're doing
they're always
porn together,
competing.
you would. If you're doing porn together, you
They're
would.
always competing.
OnlyFans.
And it's stupid. So I'm wondering if she saw.
We're jerking each other off, and I'm getting a little angry, getting some rage in my eyes from.
Right? You're like, I wish my dick was like that.
Well, I would feel like I'm getting a good tricep workout because I'm using both hands on you. And you're doing this to me. You're going to be very unhappy.
Using 2 hands.
Yes. With my micro penis, you're doing this. And it's like, fuck, man, I'm getting nothing out of this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're burning.
Yeah.
As if you think it's Ron Jeremy over here when it's really just a girl with a big clit.
Oh,
One of
fuck.
those transgenders.
That's sad to see people like that fall, too. Like, Ron Jeremy was part of our growing up. Well, it was part of me and yours growing up.
Yeah, it was
Will
like
and the
tail
Rose.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who Ron Jeremy was.
He still looks greasy in his 70s right now.
He hasn't really changed.
He's a gross looking dude.
Yeah, but he was gross looking in his porn.
Yeah.
He's just always look gross, and he had to rape some people for whatever reason.
No, it wasn't people. Did you read any of it? They were all like really young.
They'd go up to his apartment, right?
Yeah.
And that's sketch. You know, if you're that addicted to sex.
You fuck that many girls and then you're gonna rape?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I don't know. I don't get it.
You're not going up to his apartment for any. You're not going to go up there for a cup of coffee.
Why are these young girls going up there to
I know,
Ron
but-
Jeremy's apartment anyway? Like, I'm
I
not
know.
blaming them, but
Right.
it's like, what are you doing?
when
What is young? I just heard rape stuff, but I haven't.
so I can't, don't quote me on it, but one of them was 15, I believe. So that's young.
Yeah.
When you're a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
It's too. Yeah, if you're a 19-year-old man, it's too young.
Well, so like, what are you cool with? Or if you're 29, you're going out with a 25-year-old. Is that cool to you?
Yeah.
So what's the age difference where it becomes a problem for you? When you're a 19-year-old, when you're 19 and you haven't had many sexual experiences, what's the matchup? What's the minimum age?
You're not picking up your freshman from high school and your Trans Am.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that cool with
Porn
you?
star mustache. No.
Okay, so that's not good for you.
with me.
So years of separation.
Don't
What-
have sex until you're out of high school. I don't know, maybe
shut
that's
the
maybe,
fuck
maybe
up.
that's what I'm going
That's
for.
the most stupid thing. I started banging when I was super young, and
No, that-
it
I
didn't
was-
ruin me.
17. I was very religious when I was younger, so I was gonna wait. I did graduate. Well,
You love Jesus?
I was a big
Well, look at his hair.
Jesus fan.
Yeah.
Look at his hair.
Yeah.
I found out that the nickname at work between the millwrights was Slim Jesus. But anyways, I was
My
very
favorite one
religious
is,
when I was younger.
is Tyson gave you, Fake Fabio.
It's-
I like that, or whatever.
Is Discount Fabio.
Discount Fabio, budget
That's a
Fabio.
dollar store
Ooh,
Fabio.
Wish
That's what I
Fabio.
told him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wish Fabio. That's right. He's
Slim Jesus.
Yeah.
So you love baby Jesus?
No.
No?
You're still religious
I
or
used-
no?
No, I'm talking about then. You love baby Jesus.
I did. Yeah. No, not baby Jesus. I like Jesus when he was of age. But what I'm saying is.
Well, that's discriminatory.
Baby Jesus.
Why would you
those
be against baby
babies.
Jesus? What kind of fucking asshole are you that you don't
Why
like
would you
baby
ask me?
Jesus?
Talladega Nights here?
Yeah, exactly. No, I just don't understand. What's the
What's
difference?
baby Jesus gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Throw up on you? Like,
Yeah.
Why do you hate baby Jesus?
I don't like babies in general.
Oh fuck. Okay, baby
No
Jesus
offense
is an
to
asshole.
babies
Yeah.
out there listening.
Apparently, baby Jesus is an asshole. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I didn't care for him either till I had
Okay.
one. Like,
Well,
and I still only like mine. So
there you go.
See, I'm not gonna like kids until I have my own, for sure. But I'm a humanist now. I believe in the good of humanity. I don't believe in
What?
any sort of
Where do you live?
secular being. What do you mean? Where I live in a liberal state on a conservative part of the
I know, but
state, for sure.
so do you have hope that there's going to be that? Because we don't
What,
have
afterlife?
it. Well, no, I'm not talking afterlife. People don't care about people.
Yeah,
So you're a humanist, but people.
I still believe in the good of people, for sure. I believe the more good I put out.
I think we're all tribal. We're all tribal, so we care about the people that are directly around us and that are directly affected by our actions. That's who.
that's all I care about is my family and
Yeah.
the people right around me.
Yep, exactly.
That's it.
We're super tribal.
But I didn't have sex until I was 17.
Why?
I was 18.
It was prom night.
You were 18
I
when
was
you
out of
first.
high school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was 18.
Prom night. She was on her period. I had sex on a table, or not a table, but on a towel with her in my basement. And this nice bloody towel I left in the corner of my bathroom. And my mom found that in the morning and asked if I had a bloody nose, which
Wow.
she of course knew. That was an awkward experience. I've
Yeah.
also had sex in my dad's car and left blood on his passenger seat. It hasn't been a good sexual history for me. A lot of blood. Who bleeds from 2.5 inches?
I have no idea.
It's ridiculous. Have sex with a baby carrot first.
My thinking is it's pokey. It's it's like your physique. You're
Yeah.
long and slender, and you're poking holes in that motherfucker.
There is a 2.5 around.
No, that's our director. That's a 3-inch can of corn over there. It's fucking crazy. I don't know where he got that fucking from. He's gonna hurt somebody when he goes and fucking destroys them.
But wait till you're out of high school. Well, okay, I don't want to. People were having sex when they're 13. I've known people that were having sex when 12, 13.
17 and
It's
18.
weird.
That's amazing.
Like, just don't fucking knock them up. Just make sure.
Yeah.
If you're especially
How
in
is
high
it
school.
18 for you?
Well, because
I went to Cheney too.
I know, but I lived in the middle of nowhere. I was into sports, cars, and then I had I had an image issue with myself. Like, I just didn't have confidence at the time.
Right?
So,
Huh.
and then and then my junior and senior year, I went to Eastern, so it was like I wasn't really around the high school
Oh,
much.
college is fucking crazy though.
College could have been, but it was like I wasn't really studying and hanging out with them. Like when I did go hang out, and they're like,
And you didn't realize when somebody was hitting on you.
no. I
Until
was
you
scared. I was
realize.
scared of girls at the time. Honestly, like I just like
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. After I had sex and then hung out with some dudes that were a lot more confident, and we were hanging out and doing our stuff, and then chicks liked it, then it was just like, oh, game on.
Yeah,
Like,
I was. For me, I was a super aggressive predator from really young. The story is me and my friend Lyle. We went over to these girls' house. Their parents were gone, and I enjoyed one of them. And we drank all the booze and we sold some stuff from the house because that's what you did when you're 15 years old, right?
yeah.
And so this, the mom had found out about it. The girl obviously had my phone number, and she called my mom up and started saying that she was going to press sexual harassment or, oh God, what is it? When you fuck somebody when they're too young.
Oh, statutory rape.
She was going to press statutory rape against me. And my mom ended up telling her, your 16-year-old daughter fucked my 14-and-a-half-year-old son. Who's pressing statutory rape against who? And that was the end of it. But I was a predator, always banging somebody from, from the time I was 13, not going without a week until I met my wife, and then all sexual activity stopped.
Well, other than with your wife, right?
Well, with my wife, yeah, that's on and off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I think that's normal with hormones, and it can happen. Like,
Yeah,
obviously you were confident in yourself and you just like went after it. And a lot of guys at that age don't go after girls, and girls
Right.
are interested and they don't go after the guys. So it's like,
yeah, my first experience was a beauty. So you're young, two pump chump, right? And I pull off because I'm worried about getting her pregnant, and I spuds all over the fucking her side of her leg and her ass cheek, right? And she looks at me and I go, "What?" And she goes, "What's on my leg?" I don't know. I actually said, "I don't know,"
Yeah.
but I know I just went, "Oh fuck!" So pathetic. When I think back about it, it's like, God.
Got to
you
wait a couple minutes
loser.
before you put it back in.
Yeah, well, all that was bad, Bonjo.
Didn't use a condom? Were you into condoms?
No, I was 13, man. You don't even think about that. Like, I'm telling my boys, like, if they ask me any questions about it, I'll hear, this is a clit, wear fucking double up on your fucking rubber.
As if they don't know about it already. From
No, I know.
watching porn when they were 11, hardcore porn, choking and crap. Like,
well, you can see porn anywhere now. Like, it was really hard back in the day
Yeah.
on it online.
I remember dial-up internet when I was growing up, going through puberty, and like I had to watch fucking 90s movies still to put myself through puberty. Like American Pie kickstarted that for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Who is that in that? The blonde? Do we know who that is? I've never
Which-
seen her in anything else. American Pie.
Oh,
Because that's the one where, or no, is that American Pie where she takes off her shirt? Kevin Spacey's trying to bang her, or he's trying not to bang her?
I don't think Kevin Spacey is in any
No.
American Pies.
Which one is that? American Beauty?
American Beauty, that makes
That
makes
was
sense.
okay.
When he's a super
Yeah.
old dude going after the young chick.
Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah, no, if my sons ask me anything, I will definitely tell them and help them out on their journey. So I was at work, and my wife comes on, and she calls me at work, and she's super pissed on a day shift. And I put her on speaker because, haha, my wife's pissed. Well, it turns out that
you little dick motherfucker.
the director was getting text messages from a 24-year-old, 25-year-old.
I don't know.
Not at liberty to say.
She was steaming pissed that there was pictures of this lady on his phone and with messages. And so I said, okay. I come home, and there's two sheriffs in my front room. And she's wanting to press charges against this lady, and they're saying, well, there's basically nothing we can do. But yeah, it's already started. With
I
older
mean-
women, that's what I was doing when I was his age. Who, when you're 16 years old, what 24-year-old, because I was going out with a 24-year-old at 16, wants to go out with a 16-year-old? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, apparently a lot of female teachers these days.
Right? Have you seen that?
Yeah, there are a lot of attractive female teachers now, and they're all sleeping with their students and
Yeah,
stuff.
the
And
other
like,
ones, yeah.
yeah, I don't quite get it.
Weird. It's still
Like, what would your,
Predator.
like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, hey, good job, by the way, on the 24, 25-year-old. But what if it was your daughter when she was 16?
No, I
and it was,
agree.
You know, like,
It was weird. So, like, when I got my 20s, I would drive by a high school, and they look super young to me. In somebody else's head, maybe they don't look young to them. I don't know how that works because I can't. One thing I realized with one of my friends who's a cutter, I tried to figure out what was wrong with him. And I realized at that point in my 20s that I could never understand what goes on in his head. We're all thinking different. And so does a pedophile drive by like a fucking seventh grader and say, "Ooh, fuck, she's hot"?
That's
Apparently.
exactly it.
It's just
Apparently.
like, what the fuck?
Anyone, I mean, they're all gross at that age. They all smell bad, and who wants to be around a high schooler? Honestly, I still think they're too young looking. Anyways,
They just look too young to me.
20-year-olds look too young.
Yeah.
Weird.
It was very evident that was the case when my daughters were in high school and they bring over friends. They just look like babies to me.
Yeah. Our babysitter that we had when Scarlett was first born was like a senior in high school, and it's like they just look like you don't look like a senior in high school
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. So I don't get it.
Maybe movies really swayed their perception when the 30-year-old actors playing
So when you were
sophomores in high school.
real quick, when you were jacking off to American Pie,
Yeah.
who were you jacking off to? The one with the flute and the pussy?
I don't know, but it
One
was
time
a-
at band
Yeah,
camp,
the
I put a
band camp
it
chick
was
or the
Naked Mile, and it
what's
was
the other one? It starts with a V, right? What was the really hot blonde chick at the very end that he was trying to get with the whole time?
yeah.
And then he turned her down like an idiot.
My favorite one was the one where Jim's setting up his cams and everything, so all of his friends. There's a clock over there, so all his
I
friends
was
can
looking
see
at
everything.
American Pie. I'm just curious on that.
The one from overseas. Who was that? Where
Was it
he
Nadia?
Nadia.
That's the name. That's what I was looking for. Nadia.
Nadia.
Okay.
God damn.
I-
What a perfect set of titties on her.
I didn't start watching porn until I was like 13. Really, what it was, my dad had this friend Wayne that would torrent all these movies, and he'd bring them over, and he'd have everything from Pixar movies to hardcore
Yeah.
good stuff. Like I don't know. So I would always just watch. I'd scan through the movies on mute, and then my family had this camera, and I had this little SD card that I would take pictures of the screen. And take the family camera up into my room later. So I had a little porn, 256 megabyte.
So 1 inch fucking
yeah,
1
the
inch
digital
LCD
camera. Yeah, that's
that you're watching your fucking porn with no sound on, jacking off to in your bedroom.
until I got a laptop, and then I didn't have internet access because my parents knew I was a sexual deviant. So
Yeah.
they would.
You love baby Jesus at that time too, though.
That's right. They'd take it was a little micro. It wasn't a micro, but it was a little USB. Remember the Cricket USBs or whatever.
You really have to hide that little fucker so I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
I did have. Yeah, it was for like stash with my fireworks and crap. Just nice and
Fireworks.
hiding.
You hit out fireworks too?
Yeah, I had fireworks, and I don't remember what else I had.
A blade, probably.
I did have a lot of knives.
Yeah.
My neighbor, he was this.
Did you have a piss jug in your room too?
Absolutely, I
Because you were
did.
too lazy to go to the bathroom that was right next to the door.
2 liters, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Those
God.
Sprite bottles. That's not Sprite. No, I had this.
I'm overfilling it.
I had this Vietnam vet neighbor. He was shot in the back of the head, and he was wacko. And he was in his 60s. If you look him up, you look him
Is
up.
this when you were living? Hold on, this when you were living in?
No, it was out here in Idaho. It wasn't Massachusetts.
All right.
And he would order one knife from this website, but he'd get like a box of 60, so it would give me like 30 of the same knife, and I had all these knives from you give a 13-year-old a bunch of knives, and it's not going to go well at all.
Nadia. I just wanted to bring up Nadia real quick. Perfect titties. I'm more of a fan of somebody who has ugly tits because isn't there more
Because you
nice
have a
tits out there?
chance. You think you have a chance?
No, well, yeah, that too. But isn't there more perfect boobs out there than there are like ugly, fucked up tits? Do you notice that? Like, they're always like perfect areolas, and they're always placed where they should be. You never see one that's like perfect and one fucked up. I'm more of a fan of ugly tits. No, you guys?
You don't watch a
No,
lot of
I'm
porn
not
with ugly
that. I'm not
titties?
that picky, really.
Really, whatever they are.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah,
You're not picky either.
Tits or
I'm more of
tits?
an ass and legs guy than a tit man.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. You?
I'd have to agree with that. Yeah, that's all about feet.
Ooh.
Face for me. It's the face. They have to have a decent face.
I know you're big on teeth.
Yeah,
They gotta have a straight set of teeth for sure.
well, that's because my teeth are fucked up. So I had criteria. My wife has perfect nose, perfect teeth. I still find my wife attractive. She never wears makeup or anything, but I still find her attractive. I know we're both older now after all these years, and it's her face. So her face to me is what does it. So I'm
Ass
not
and
like
legs.
an ass guy or legs or any of that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, baby Jesus would not be happy with you saying you're just fucking objectifying all the women that are out there listening to
thing
this.
you
The
disappeared.
1,000 women that are out there.
Yeah.
Well,
To me, it came down to like personality.
That helps. So if you're going to be with somebody,
My Heather is pretty,
right?
and nice and athletic and everything.
Right.
But her personality, really, for me.
Yeah, because
So-
if you're going to be with somebody long term, you got to be able to get along with them, right?
Yeah. Because I fucked off all of my 20s, so it wasn't until my early 30s, and then it was kind of like, okay, well, I've, the really hot, crazy chicks,
Yeah.
and so
Well, any of
everything
the
changed, and I had known her from the past, and was like, this is a legit, like, I'm attracted to her, and she's like super cool and down to earth, and like she's still the same person.
how did
so-
you meet your old lady?
When I bartended,
Oh, that's where you met her,
yeah.
and
you
then you
bartend?
guys stayed in contact.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like we had hung out just a little bit, so we had like hooked up, and then I kind of went off and
Did your thing.
did my thing and
Right.
everything for a while, but we always kind of stayed in contact
Yeah.
a little bit,
Right.
and then I'd kind of known like when I got my shit back together, and after I went through a couple more crazy chicks,
Right.
that were
That's the problem though. When all women are crazy to a certain degree, but if they're still single and they're getting to that late 20s, early 30s, they're fucking crazy.
yeah.
So you found one that isn't crazy, right?
Yes, correct.
Right.
Yeah. Through all the stuff we've been through, like her personality and her demeanor and stuff has been the same. Like if anything, I've kind of became more of the asshole.
Right.
And, that's kind of something that I'm kind of working on, because she doesn't deserve that at all. Like she's a very, very good person. So
Yeah.
like actually like out of my league. Good
No,
person.
I get that because my wife, Chris, she's probably the nicest, best person I've met. I don't deserve her because she's a better person than me. So I get that. I get what you're saying exactly. Anything that goes wrong is usually because of me being stupid or an asshole. So I get that. She's a great person, and it had to go through my 30s to realize how special she is, if that makes sense. So I'm constantly always trying to work on me.
Yeah, it's too bad I don't realize it earlier, right?
Well, you have.
How old are you?
I'm 26. I'm
Okay.
ancient.
Yeah.
I'm getting there
But you already realize that this is the one for you, that right?
for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or else, why would you date someone if you're not gonna
But do you think that
marry them?
do you think that you could be the
Experience.
woman in the relationship?
That's fair.
Experience.
You think you could be the woman in the relationship?
No.
Like you're the one that cares and just like you're the man in the relationship.
I'm stunted
the bottom
when
or
it
who's
comes
the top?
emotionally. I'm always bottom for sure.
Yeah.
She's dumb. I like getting spit on, choked.
I'm cool with that.
I like a good
Spitting?
body. Yeah. Oh, spitting, like spit in my mouth.
Spit in my mouth. Cut me, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole shit play is not something that I want to get into.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So fortunately, my wife's not into dropping turds on my chest.
Not yet.
No, well, yeah, we're constantly evolving, right? And since she got the diabetes, she flows. So
And
Don't know what that means.
it makes
it means it's not going to be hard bricks hitting me in the chest. It'll just be a spray.
Oh, God. Just spatter. God. Moving along.
These,
Yeah.
I can taste it in my mouth. I can taste it in my mouth.
So-
One of those. Baby Jesus isn't going to be happy with this conversation. But good thing you don't care about baby Jesus anymore.
You didn't exist at 19, so
Right. You gave it all up then? What changed you?
critical thinking.
So you can wrap your head around it.
I was raised a very conservative Christian in a household, Republican, and I turned out the complete opposite. So, and my parents are very normal. It's not like they stunted me or anything. So,
This
I
isn't
don't know
you
what happened.
rebelling?
It's that there was no rebelling from me. I think I was a good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have a great relationship with my parents. They don't bring up awful stories from when I was younger.
Yeah.
I did have a little airsoft gun that my friend took and shot someone up and almost got sued for that. But other than that, it's not like I got in a lot of trouble.
And you have a really good relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
Your
and
mom?
my mother now.
And your
yeah.
mom?
Yeah. I didn't there for a long time.
With your
Through
mom?
my 20s. Yeah, after they
Split.
after they split.
So
How she handled that but I finally moved past that. It took me over a decade, but
right, because
we have an awesome relationship now.
everybody needs to be happy.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's why I like went through so many girls and I never like settled down or really date and never because
Yeah.
their divorce really affected me.
How did it work on your sister? Same? Was she angry about
for
it?
a little bit for a little while. Yeah, she was pretty wild there.
Oh.
For sure, but she definitely got a handle on all of her stuff.
Way quicker
Really
than
quick.
you.
Oh yeah, she didn't go off the deep end like I did.
What age did they divorce?
Like right when I graduated high school, like that spring or summer.
Are you
is
the
when I
oldest
found
or
out.
the
I'm the
youngest?
oldest. Yeah.
So the sister was still at home dealing with all
Yeah,
that
she
shit.
was at home, and then she had basically free reign of mom's house or dad's house, and she went on her own,
Well,
tear of drinking and
Yeah.
everything. But she got her stuff back together quick. So
They waited, Sure, they hated each other, and what my parents did was let's wait till I was out of the
Yeah.
house before they divorced.
yeah, and that's what they did because I remember overhearing conversations when I was younger. Then it made sense
Yep.
to me. But
now that you look back in retrospect, right?
yeah, now that I look back, like, okay, I remember overhearing that when I, was a few years prior. The
gotta give them a
conversation
lot.
of staying together.
A lot of respect for that, though. Honestly, for living with someone that you know.
I was just mad
kind
at
of-
my mom on how she brought it out to me and then how she acted after that and what she kind of told my dad and then what she did. So,
okay.
like, rather than just being, like, honest. So that really screwed with me. And then I was just super mad.
More mature ways of doing it, but your mom didn't go
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
proper way of
Exactly.
Okay, so
handling it.
here's what's interesting. When you have kids, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you don't know how to handle shit. Sometimes you have to go through shit to look back and go, yeah, I handled that shitty. But there's no playbook. You have no idea. Like I want to say that I was an okay dad, but I don't know. I don't know. There's going to be times when my kids come up to me and go, oh, this is fucked up, and I'll go, what? Well, okay, maybe that was fucked up. So you're gonna fuck up as a parent.
Yeah.
You don't know how to handle everything. She just handled it fucking wrong because she had no fucking clue what she was doing.
Yeah. And it took me getting older to realize that, and finally be like, okay, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't, like, it happened. And now I understand that. So,
Being able to admit that you made that mistake, though, that's it's hard for a lot of people. So if they're responsible enough to at least admit that they were the problem at that point, then
Everybody has
you gotta have respect for them.
well, right, but everybody has perspective, and until it's put in their face, they don't know that it might have been a problem, right? Because you just think, yeah, everything was right. Somebody has to put it in their face. Once it put in your face, then you have to make a decision, and you have to put yourself in their position, if that makes any sense, right? And then you have to, I'm just blowing this up. Your perspective is skewed, and because you're not seeing it the way they saw it, so you have to put yourself in their shoes. Fuck, that was a long ways to go. Fuck, I don't think I said it right still. So, but yeah, you have to be understanding and be able to see it from their point of view. And once you do, then you can say, yeah, that was fucked up.
yeah.
I understand why you're hurt inside about this, but that's not my intention.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Really?
Yep.
I went through like 10
You
minutes
got
of
it.
redoing it over and over and over again, and then one line. Fuck.
Hope they
Nailed
got
it.
the gist.
Nailed it, bitch.
So,
I don't know. I never had a relationship with my parents, really. My parents like to drink a lot and fight a lot. So I just kind of moved away from that and was out doing my own thing at a very young age. By the time I was 15, I was gone, basically. I just do pit stops at the house to get food or clothes and stuff like that. I was basically gone. By 16, I was basically on my own.
I never experienced it. I had my parents were very normal.
Right.
They didn't scar me or anything, so I never got to experience the weird home life.
They do like in different like a fucking great life, gets whatever he wants and stuff like that. But he doesn't.
25-year-olds.
But he doesn't feel the 16-year-old doesn't feel like he doesn't have the freedom that he wants to do stuff. Fuck, you can basically do anything you want. But still, even though his perspective is different, he lives a charmed life where fuck he's got everything, but it's still there's still problems there.
Yeah. And I had a good life as well. Like
Right.
my family, it was a very normal, I actually, had an awesome life.
Right.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They instilled a lot of good values in me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that fucking I don't know. You're gonna fuck up your kids somehow. You will fuck up your daughter somehow.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's not to an extreme.
Yeah. I just hope it's not anything too bad or that,
Yeah.
that counseling can't fix. So,
Hopefully they don't have to go to counseling. God
Yeah.
damn it.
I mean, hey, counseling has helped fix my life, so I'm a very big advocate for
Really?
for psychologists and counseling.
I've never gone to any of that stuff.
Yeah,
You?
yeah,
You?
No,
No.
not yet.
yeah, for years.
For years.
Yeah. Well, I spent over a decade into hardcore drug use
I know.
and like screwing my life up and everything. So, and then, yeah, between going to meetings and then finally getting a counselor to like work through stuff that you don't even know is there until you have somebody to talk to that like you think like, oh, you just sit there and talk and they would agree. It's like,
So you must have got a good counselor too.
yes, I did. Yeah.
Because I don't want to get the counselor that's got like C's in fucking psychology, right? Or
Yeah.
like they're just getting by. And
Yeah.
they come out, they got a nice office and they wear the right clothes, but they're not really that great. So you must have found somebody that was good for you.
Yes. Yeah, I did. And I got lucky because it was, so the main counselor I was seeing, he was actually finishing up at Gonzaga. And then when he finished up, then I wanted him to be my counselor.
Right.
So, but like I tell people, if you just like, you go to a couple sessions and if you're just not feeling it, then you try somebody else.
Because you got to have a certain amount of trust, right? And you felt
Yeah.
comfortable with that guy.
Yeah, totally.
Feel comfortable enough to open up at least. If you don't feel that with the counselor, then
Yeah,
I
and
imagine that's an easy process.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like opening up and saying all the fucked up stuff that you don't say because
to anybody else.
because you're worried of what they might think of you is like the key thing. And so that has really helped me get my, stuff back on track.
Yeah, how are they going to be able to judge you if I'm sure they've heard the worst of the worst?
Yeah, and they can't do anything. Like, that's the thing. I was like, I mean, yeah, if you're saying like, well, I'm going to kill this person or like, I'm going to kill myself, like then they can do something. But like, if you're just telling them fucked up thoughts or whatever, or stuff that's going through your head, because I guarantee you guys probably have stuff going through your head that like, I'm never telling anybody this ever,
Right. So the key to it is they don't judge you. They don't judge you. They just accept who you are. I believe that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And that's the trust that you form with somebody. So he was going to Gonzaga at the time.
Yeah.
And you were getting counseling from him. He came out.
So he was sitting in, because he would sit in with the main, like it was kind of whatever that program is called, or it was. So, anyways, he was sitting in with the main psychologist guy.
Right.
And then when he got out, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's cool.
So he was actually there like when I was towards the end of my addiction, or I was still in my addiction to like getting clean.
And how long's it been?
July 28th was 5 years.
So
Clean.
5.5 years.
Yeah.
Do you miss?
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah, it was a lot of chaos, and like I love drugs. Like drugs,
Right.
they make you feel awesome, but I don't miss what they did to me and what I was willing to do for them.
Right.
So, but no, occasionally, like I tell people, like drugs are awesome. Like they're an awesome escape. But
Right.
yeah. But I'm willing to hand over absolutely fucking anything for them. So
That's fucked up.
yeah, so that's why I can't do anything.
Right.
So,
And they're horrible for you.
yeah, but you don't care.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but like I feel so lucky that I grew up in a really cool time. The 80s were a really cool time, so I could smoke pot, I could drop a tab of acid, and you could do other stuff that scared you. But there was nothing that when you did it immediately grabbed you and you couldn't get away from it.
Yeah.
So now we have opiates, we
You-
have fucking meth.
Grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
Cocaine epidemic.
You
Right.
can say if I tried
That was a lot of
grab
money
you-
back then, though, too. Like so.
Well,
Along
crack
the ways,
crack wasn't
That's
prevalent
fair.
in Spokane, but you can say if I was to do cocaine back then, the one time, I I might have done it. It makes your heart race really fast, and it can make you feel like you're going to have a heart attack, and you stay away from that shit because it's spooky scary.
Yeah. And I did coke and I was fine and smoking pot. It was the OxyContin is what got me the oxy. Yeah, when all that shit was going around and I didn't know what it was, and neither did some of the other people, and that's what grabbed me. And then
you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Opiates are
That's a whole different animal. Yeah. Opiates and then meth, which I messed around with a little bit at the end there, but
Right.
I was a downer guy. I liked opiates.
It's funny to see people with like Adderall and stuff like that, and they justify it, but you're just doing prescription meth that's at a lower grade,
Yep. Yeah.
and it's affecting you the same way, just not for 4 days on end.
Yeah, and that's where I think a lot of people like really could use some counseling to try and figure out how to get off of that, because I think a lot of people use the prescription drugs and they're okay with it because a doctor told them it was okay, and it's like, well, the doctors said that freaking OxyContin was good, and look,
Well, they just
now we've got
paid.
over 100,000 people dying from overdoses a year. You know, like
it's awful.
so.
I don't know, man. Let's just we'll dive into it. Do you remember when bath salts were a big thing? There was a guy down in Florida eating somebody's face off because he was on fucking bath salts.
That's terrifying for a while.
And then you
Yeah.
would see these guys, they would be on bath salts, and they would they're running from the cops, and one dude slammed into, like, full on speed, a fucking minivan, busted out the window and fucked up the back of it, got up like a zombie and just fucking ran off.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that's why I say the 80s were the best, because you didn't have stuff that's addictive or super addictive. But we take shit and we take it too fucking far. Like even pot now. Speak to your friends, not you, but people take it too far. We got pot legal. Pot's not a horrible drug. It's just something that may alter you, like fucking drinking alcohol. And you can get away from it if you choose to. But people distill it down into fucking oils. And they fucking smoke the oils, and they look like they're on fucking heroin. It was like, take an inch, you want a fucking mile. It's just like, why can't we be happy with the progress that we're making here?
Because we always have to push stuff.
I know.
It's always
It's
pushing
crazy.
stuff. Like, in my opinion, they just need to decriminalize all fucking drugs. Like,
I'm with you, man.
They need to sell it, and they need to sell it and tax it, and then
That's what
use
Bernie
that
wanted
tax
to do.
money for detoxes and rehabs. Is what they
Yeah,
need
but
to do.
You sound like a big Bernie fan.
Actually, no, I hate Bernie.
No, you don't. You don't.
I do.
He's
I
a
hate
good-looking
Bernie.
man.
I'd suck his cock.
Oh yeah, because he's your typical politician, and yeah.
So your side, though, the conservative side, I get this all the time. Portland, Oregon's doing it wrong. No, I don't think they are either. I think they're doing it right.
No, and that's like, yeah, I'm a conservative, but I also like have done drugs, and like ruined my life over it. And
No, you haven't ruined your life. Your life is just fine now.
No, my life.
There was
okay,
a period
so
of time when your
yeah.
life was in the shit.
Yes, I had a very bad life, and I have a life now that I definitely don't deserve. So I appreciate it, but
And it gives you perspective.
it gives me the perspective on the drugs and what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. So yeah, decriminalizing drugs, and then we need to sell it so they know exactly what grade, because now you have fentanyl killing everybody. So they need to be able to sell it, tax it, use those taxes just for detoxes and rehabs. Like, yeah, you can go into a pharmacy and you can get freaking meth if you want, you can get heroin, you can get crack. Like, that's what they need to do. Because people are going to do it regardless.
No, I agree.
Regardless of, it's just like the prohibition era with alcohol.
It's everything. Abortion, prohibition. I agree with you 100%. We're saving people from themselves, which is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't want to save anybody from themselves, but let's help them out. Let's give them a foot up when we go and we get them addicted. We go and get them addicted because of money. We're just, the pharmaceutical companies were making money hand over fist over the opiates.
Yeah.
Did you watch Netflix is great, right? Did you watch the Pharmacist?
Oh, I think I watched part of it. You're talking about the guy that his son died, and okay, yes, I did watch.
It was amazing, and he exposes this lady doctor who she only opens up at night, and then you just go in and get as many OxyContins as you want, and you fucking leave. And he basically ruins her, but she was.
The pill mills. Like,
the pill mills, yeah.
I remember hearing about those and like wanting to figure out how to get down to Florida so you could go get pills. Like,
You're talking about people sponsored by like the makers of oxys that'll
Yeah.
that'll push the scripts.
Yeah. So yeah.
Basically,
Any
you would go
chance
in
they
and
get-
you would just pay the money, and like you'd just give them anything. Like my foot hurts, and they would give you Oxy 80s or 30s or whatever. But it was cash money right then and there. Here's your prescription.
I get nervous on airplanes.
Yeah,
Give me some oxys.
yeah. Are you sure your
Yeah.
neck doesn't hurt too? Oh, okay, it does. Yeah, okay. There you go. So,
It was. I was still at my other job when I had my hernia surgeries, and they gave me OxyContin. So I was probably in my 30s, late 30s, and my wife had heard about how kids, they get big punch bowls, and they just take their parents' fucking drugs out of the medicine cabinets, and they dump them in there, and you grab a handful and you fucking eat them. And my wife heard that, and so she went up and she took everything out of the fucking medicine cabinet we had, and she threw it all away because she's super paranoid.
Yeah, but your kids aren't dumb.
No, but this is when I realized that it was bad.
That's a smart move, though.
I went to work, and I said, "Yeah, my wife just threw away all this shit." And there was a guy out there who said, "I would give you $40 a pill for him." $40 a fucking pill? Because I had a fucking raft of them. I could have made a ton of money. But that's when I realized, like, holy shit,
Yeah.
you know. And it was weird because when I did my hernia surgery, I took one, and it made me feel really weird. So I stopped taking them. So I only did one out of the whole fucking batch. So I don't know, man. Lucky I grew up in the time that I grew up in. The things that kids have to deal with nowadays that are so much different.
Fentanyl for one. Yeah, like you said.
Well, and the social media stuff
Social
too.
media.
Like, it's the main thing is like, and the bullying online and stuff. Like, like our escape was, well, leaving school, you know, and if you didn't run into them playing out on the street or around the neighborhood, like everything was fine. But kids now are getting bullied at home.
The thing about with bullying, so bullying is bullying to me, but the problem with bullying now is you can be bullied by a lot of people. So if you're hiding behind a keyboard, like let's say it's John and I can kick John's ass. Back in our time, John wouldn't fucking do that, right? Because he knows his social place. But now all of a sudden, when Jimmy, the tough guy, is bullying you, then John hops on, then Sally hops on. So you have all these people piling onto you at once. Feels overwhelming, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But in our day,
Because everybody jumps on the bandwagon to freaking...
Because they're hiding behind a keyboard.
Yeah. You're not going to get punched in the face while you're sitting at your keyboard.
exactly. So yeah, the online bullying that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get away from that. This is a new reality. You'll hear people say, yeah, the kids are on their phones all the time and all that. But that's the new reality.
Yeah.
You try to limit it as much as you can.
Yeah.
And
And explain bullying and you know, trying to work with them
Or-
when they have issues.
or showing your titties. Like I tell Zach, don't take a picture of your dick and put it or send it to somebody because that picture of your dick's always going to be out there, you know. So it never goes away. It's always going to be there.
Or at least crop it really good.
Crop it, make it look huge.
Yeah.
Get one of those baby Coke cans and put it next to your dick for size.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fucker's huge, baby. But yeah, just watch what you do online because it's always out there. And I think in the future it'll be more prevalent where they bring up your online history. Like, let's say he excels and wants to be senator of Spokane.
You're going to pull a tweet
Eastern
from 12
Washington.
years ago.
Oh, when
Yeah.
you were 10 years old, you posted this. And
Look at your baby penis.
Yeah. Right.
Your baby penis this is when you were 13, fucker.
Yeah.
And it'll stick with you forever. So you got to be more cognizant. But it's life. It's what it is. All these kids are going to be making mistakes that are going to impact their future, and that won't get fixed until the next generation comes in. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like your daughter, she will be able to learn from what happens before her.
Yeah.
With all this stupid shit that's going on. There's a guy out at work. He got fired because he was an alcoholic and all this stuff. But before that, him and his wife got a divorce, and that's kind of what led to it. But he would tell me, Kurt would come to work, and he was great because I'm old and married, and you don't go out and experience anything because I'm old and married. I have one person I'm with. Kurt would come in and go, he was my age, and he'd go, I was on fucking Tinder. Okay. And I went out with this girl, and I went to pick her up at her house, and she got in the car, and then she just started sucking my dick. This is the greatest fucking thing ever. This is what he would do. It was like amazing to him that you would just swipe left or swipe right. Next thing you know, you're fucking somebody.
Yeah.
And they
It's
didn't care.
overload. It's like an overload thing now. Because I kind of jumped on there just briefly, and I got to get off. Like, I'm better in person. Like, I can go to the bar and talk. It was that online stuff is like an overload.
He's at that age where he meets people or used to meet people on all the social media platforms. So you have a better perspective than us, even.
With better perspective.
Well, you were 18 when it came out, or 16 when it came out. So Tinder or Grindr?
Grinder. That's where I'm at.
The hair pulling. You gotta pull that long hair.
You are the bottom after all.
Oh, gosh.
Ow.
Loophole.
You're slapping my ass too hard back there. The penis in the butt doesn't hurt, but your hands are horrible. Ow. Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy that I grew up when I grew up, because I guess I'm just old and I wouldn't know how to do it. And posting selfies and stuff of this online just isn't something that I want to do.
Yeah, I don't get that. And some of the guys that I see doing that, I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like,
but the
to me, it's
women,
awkward.
the women are making money off it, and they think it's okay to objectify themselves. So I'm just of a different era where I just think it's fucking weird and wrong.
Yeah.
So why would you do that to yourself, to have some 13-year-old kid tell you you're ugly and another guy tell you you're beautiful when you're not?
Well, I mean, because you're wanting that dopamine rush, like you were saying. Yeah. And for the guy, like, yeah, you're going to get that, you're ugly, whatever, but you're also going to get that, oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Because they want to see your tits.
Exactly, yeah. They want more from you.
I know someone that's very, very PC and doesn't believe in, she hates prostitution, but she's got an OnlyFans. It's like, really, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Good thing nobody watches this or she'd be hating on you right now. How does she do on the OnlyFans?
We don't offend the 13 people that are going to watch this.
This is, I mean, it's got to be true for a lot of people. So you don't know who you are. So stop.
Yeah. I'm back to, that's where just do what you're going to do. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, prostitution, like, you're an adult, you can do whatever you want.
No, I think that would cure a lot of this
But
stuff.
I do think that's weird, though, that she doesn't like prostitution and she has an OnlyFans. Like, to me, that's very hypocritical. Like, that's like a Wish stripper, Like,
a Wish stripper?
Yeah. Have you ever got stuff from Wish?
It's a discount.
Like, yeah, it's like discount stuff. Yeah, right?
She's got a bad arm and her leg doesn't work really well. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's Wish. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. It's like this right here, though. Like, you can, like, crop that out.
Yeah.
Like,
I got one nice titty, the other one's been removed. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Wish. Wish titty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's a good way to make money. And it's like, I know a chick too, to where like when she gets all done up, like very pretty chick, she's very dumb too. But like you see her with no makeup on and it's like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah. But she's one of those chicks with a super hot body. And when she puts her makeup on, she's super hot, takes her makeup off. And it's like, she's
rough.
still a pretty girl, but she's just, yeah.
It gets rough.
Yeah. And it's just her personality, because like you take the makeup off and it's like, sorry, you can't be that arrogant and that bitchy for
it's because
how hot you are.
They have a false sense because they're getting told they're beautiful all the time.
Yeah.
And all of this other shit, when in reality, in the real world, they're not. And so it's like, let's say you're an average guy, right? And in the real world, that's who you should match up with. But she has this false sense. So she goes around, I want to name somebody that's like this, that uses filters and stuff, but I can't.
Half the people on Facebook.
Well, I know, but she has a false sense of who she is. And in reality, it's not that. You're just blown up because you use filters and stuff like that. And you should be with somebody who's average, but you're shooting for the stars because you've been told that you're
false
something
validation.
You're not. Yeah, false validation. Thank you.
Yeah.
False validation. And I think that happens a ton.
Well, yeah, she's just catfishing the shit out of people online, because
Right. There was
like,
one.
the thing is, you go on the dates like, oh, that chick looks good, and now it's so obvious, the filters and stuff.
Right.
Where like, yeah, you show up to the date and you're like,
There was one story where I believe the guy got a blowy, and he said he needed a can of shoe out at the state line. so parked in there. And all of a sudden, she sees him running across the fucking field. So he went all the way out to the fucking state line, right? And he's willing just to get away from her and run home, however fucking far that was. So there needs to be some, you need to reevaluate what's going on. When I heard that story, I was just fucking, oh my God. And then there was, do you think he likes me? Do you think he likes me? No, probably not. Not if he's fucking running from you in a day, you know.
Yeah.
Going out the back door and running.
I've been there before. When I was 16, I was with this girl. I went to her house and she gave me a blowjob. And she asked if I wanted to have sex, and I said no and left. She was very disappointed. But at least I was honest with her.
See,
as long as you got to be honest with people.
So this is when you're 16?
Yeah.
You didn't get laid until you're 17?
Yes.
You had an open door there.
I didn't want.
Is she a big girl?
No.
Well, what was wrong with her? Are you still in contact with her?
No.
Okay, well, fuck it.
I burn every single bridge from any previous relationships.
So what was wrong with her that you didn't want to hit it? Because it's right there for you.
Wasn't attracted to her.
Fuck, you are not a guy.
It was the most open a door could be, and
Right.
I just
Well, obviously
wasn't into it.
Yeah.
she was parting the fucking Red Sea for you, and you just walked.
Well,
on
yeah.
That was also
fucked up.
religious.
She fucked up. She finished you off. That's why. Yeah. If she
Did she
would have blue balled you, you would have probably been like, okay.
She didn't finish me off. I can't.
Really?
Blowjobs. I
Oh,
can't.
okay.
Don't do it for me.
What?
Or hand job. It's got to be.
I'm kind of the same
Gotta be
way.
me,
Like
you gotta control
yeah.
it.
No,
I'm not much. Yeah.
So in the beginning, when somebody does it, damn it. In the beginning, when I first started getting blowies, it was hard. But after
I hope so.
you learn how to do it,
Learn how to give them.
after you learn how to give them, after you concentrate and you learn to enjoy them, then it becomes easier. But like the first time, she was probably down there working on me like 20 minutes with lockjaw, and nothing was going to happen. But it became easier over time. Handies do nothing for me. My wife has, she doesn't have oils in her skin, so she's got a cracked skin. So if she decided to give me one, it would be, ow, fuck, this hurt. Go ahead, and
Sandpaper.
stop. Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blowy thing is, it had to learn how to
Use teeth.
ejaculate
Mm.
because it's an unnatural act, and I'm sure it might be the same for women when they get fellatio. That when they go through it the first couple times, maybe they have to learn how to.
Well, yeah, because for me, like, yeah, it was very, very hard. But there was a couple chicks that was just like, they're really good at it. Yeah, and then where I was like, okay, no problem now.
Right?
But
Because they were trans, they knew what getting a dick sucked felt like. So
He had no idea either.
yeah,
This motherfucker is good. I don't understand why.
yeah, that's why you didn't want to do it, huh?
Hitting all the spots like they should. Ooh, god damn. Yeah. I can't believe you waited a full year later to get some pussy. You gave up on the pussy. You could have been a year ahead of time.
I was still religious, and I felt like having sex was still
so baby Jesus guilt.
premarital sex. Yes.
God, that fucks everything up. That's
What
horrible.
if she would have said anal? Because that doesn't count, right?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it anyway. so I don't
Mormon
think-
chicks, they were a lot of fun.
Did you have anything like that where you waited? Like it was like because you
No,
said you were
no.
nervous about it. You just
No.
didn't have any opportunity.
No,
That
I
you
probably had
knew.
opportunities that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, I'm very disappointed in you.
Not as disappointed as she was when I was walking out that door.
You were willing to put your dick in her mouth, but nothing further. That's kind of a dick move when you think about it.
Yeah. Then I tell you, you look back and you're like, yeah, that was, yeah.
It's funny when I look back, I have no regrets. Like I wouldn't have anything that I have now. It's because I got a better person. Wouldn't have anything now that I have. So there's no regrets. I don't look back and go, God, when I was 14, I wish I would have banged that chick. I have none of that.
Yeah. My regrets are more of like hurting people's feelings. Like,
Right?
yeah. I didn't give a shit back then. Like I was all about myself.
When you're in
And-
your 20s.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s. Yeah, it was all about me.
Yeah.
So those are my regrets is like, basically just hurting girls.
Right.
So
That. Yeah. Because I had a man's body when I was younger, and when we go back to this, even though I was going out with girls that were older, what's a good way to put this? Even if a girl is older than you, like let's say she's 16, but she's never experienced anything before, and you're not nice about it, maybe I have some regrets about that. So like,
Yeah. And you didn't know either at the time.
I had no idea. Well,
Yeah.
I kind of knew, but
Kinda,
because I was
yeah.
kind of a dick. But at
Are we
that-
all? I mean,
Yeah.
come on,
No,
at
but-
that age.
Yeah, it's like, why do that? And women are very
Yeah,
accepting
it's all
of
about
you.
the speed.
It's, yeah,
The
women are
speed and the power.
women are very accepting. So even after they have maybe not a great experience, they still will come back because they like you.
Yeah.
So, and my wife has been living with disappointment for 28 years. So she continues to keep coming back. So it's all right.
It's no longer your fault.
No, it's hers. After the
Her
first
fault, yeah.
year, she
Yeah.
should have known better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My ass is really hurting. So, and Brian's going to book. So,
Yeah.
how long have we gone here, Zach?
2 hours.
2 hours, really? Holy fuck.
Like, I'm not getting shit done today.
That's all right. You need a break, something
It's
for you.
fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on our podcast. Let's play music out.
Nice.
Yeah, that went quick.
There were times I was with my. Some
Oh, now
regrets
you're
I
bringing
have.
up shit that you
Now
should
I
put on the
have.
podcast.
I have some real saucy stuff.
So there was
that's-
this one guy.